And welcome to D4, where I, Dustin,
And I, Devan, co-DM a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons game.
So, remember, if you donate 5,000 bits, you automatically get a signed art print from our wonderful artist, Marquis Chancey. We're giving away a D&D Essentials kit at 15,000 bits, and a saying shirt, the purple saying that says, "Be excellent to each other, and may you always roll with advantage," at 25,000 bits.
Oh, that's good. What's that from?
You know, it's our saying.
Bill and Ted Excellent.
Nondescript TV show about time travel.
Of course. Highest donator will be immortalized with a special highlight at the end of the show. And Session Zeros will be released when we have accumulated a total of 225,000 bits. We are pretty close at over 200,000 right now.
Woo! Yes.
Let's do it.
Remember to subscribe at twitch.tv/RockPunchATL. And if you're using the Twitch Prime subscription, remember to renew that subscription, because at 150 subscribers, we're going to be giving away this Dungeons & Dragons Adventures Outline Adult Coloring Book. Look at that cool page right there.
Bam! Wow,
that
was really cool. That was awesome.
We're going to be giving away this Tiamat pen, the 1980s cartoon Tiamat pen. And please get us to 150, because I want to get to other things, other new giveaways.
More fun giveaways.
Yes.
More fun. Also, remember to donate to our charity of choice, Extra Life, which we are raising money for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. We will be doing a special live show at GameholeCon for Extra Life. Still working on getting those incentives up to build the party's characters. So hopefully we'll have those up this week, and it will be great. So you basically donate to choose race, class, background, all that fun stuff.
Oh,
Please
God.
be kind.
Or don't.
You can find that at www.d4extralife.com.
Reminder that we now have a Wormwood discount code for all the people that love the Wormwood dice boxes and
They are
dice trays
awesome.
and character
Vaults.
Thanks,
and
Vault.
yep.
So
And
good.
you can get the discount code for free shipping by typing in D4. That's the letter D, number 4.
A few of us will be at Gen Con next weekend. So if you see us there, please say hey. We will be in a few panels hanging around with the booths at both D&D Beyond, Wormwood, Beetle and Grimm's, and of course, our friends Eldritch Foundry. But don't worry, because we still have a game for you, as our very own Katie Adkins is going to be stepping into the DM seat for a exciting game called Monster Hearts.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes.
So
I'm
excited.
a little sad. That
I am also very sad that I don't get to play this.
And I think we're
I'm
going.
very excited.
I think we're getting to the conclusion of the D&D Beyond story.
Yes. Yes, we are getting to the conclusion of the D&D Beyond story first. The lovely Oboe Crazy Lauren Arbin has sent me something she'd like to talk to you about. Specifically, D&D Beyond is going to be at Gen Con.
Rock on.
Along with other fine people. Have a booth set up to help you happily create free characters for the multitude of D&D games that we've been playing that weekend. And they want to hear your feedback. So comments, concerns, praise. They're going to have a booth set up all day, and everything you do there is going to be helped to just make the program, this community program, all the better. Also, there's a Critical Role it's for president of D&D Beyond. That's a thing. Critical Role. Okay. There's partisan politics going on at the table, apparently. Choose either Sam or Liam. Go to D&D Beyond Critical Role elections and make your choice for the president of D&D Beyond. You can also get special wallpapers, portrait frames, backdrops, all of that. And finally, the D&D Beyond community manager, Lauren Urban, Oboe Crazy, who sends me all these lovely announcements. We'll be appearing at 2 panels. Check her Twitter at Oboe Crazy for more information. But enough of that shit.
Let's get to what it created.
Let's get to what's truly important.
What was created with the program.
The final. I need some final boss music.
It's final boss music
Final boss
coming
music.
up.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my god! It's even more.
The name of this song is The Epic Boss Fight.
Oh, when last we left, our crew of the Queen Bitch's Revenge were fighting on Narcissus in an open little dungeon pit. All of them been trapped by his nefarious spell as he stood on a raised dice over them. The winner of this fight would be the one to claim the Kraken's prize. The call of the Kraken, which can summon a Kraken at will.
Oh god. The rumbling.
There's the roof, rumbles and shatters.
Please don't shatter.
Alar Tempest and his amazing flock of birds makes the first move. As amazing, the scattershot moves forward, releasing a stream of utter puerile shit towards Narcissus. Oh, but I'm prepared for this! Narcissus' ferocious ferret fireball! And from the sky opens up, screaming as they do. Thousands of ferrets on fire fall from the sky, intercepting the furious amounts of shit and ripping the birds to shreds, screaming all the while, kind of like people. It's more of a ah kind of sound as they do. Oh yes, you weren't expecting ferrets from the skies, were you? Oh, that one, that took some prep. The captain of the Queen Salty's Revenge attempts to climb the dais, but says, "Oh no, you want to climb the dais? No good there. Narcissus nightly negligee, nastiness.
Yeah.
It's a darkness spell. Shut up." As darkness floods, a necrotic darkness that begins attacking our crew completely. Popo tries his best to cook it into a flambéed stew, but there's too much for him to deal with.
There's too much for stew.
As our stalwart quartermaster attempts to teleport himself out, but because no one is looking at him, he technically doesn't exist, and blinks out of existence for a brief moment inside the darkness. When all seems lost, and everything seems distraught for our crew, Bastion Crawleg knows this is his moment. Ever since he was taken by Queen Salty away from his family, and the weird kind of Stockholm syndrome has adapted to love them more than anything, he lights all of the bombs on his body and rushes blindly forward. As Narcissus does a weird kind of German retro dance of victory, suddenly, Bastion Crawleg emerges from the darkness, arms open, smile on his face. And Narcissus confusing this for the first act of genuine affection anyone has ever given him.
Oh my god!
Oh, I see it now. I've been an ass this entire time. I'm so sorry. He takes Bastion Crawleg into his arms and says, "Oh, I've been such a fuck. I've been such a fuck. I'm so sorry. Why are you smoking? Oh, yeah!" And in a massive eruption, Bastion Crawleg calls out to his crew, "For the Queen Salty Bitch's revenge, always, I love you, Captain Salty." And explodes himself and Narcissus into a million screaming pieces. The darkness drops, and Captain Salty looks up at the dais. Did we know him? Is that a member of the crew? I can't. Lobster something. Well, we'll carve his name into the mask with the others. You can end the final boss music.
What was his name again?
Bastion Crawleg, but no one will
matter.
ever know.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Quartermaster.
He's gone now.
Outside of the temple, they've claimed their prize, a conch cell, to control a mighty kraken.
Conch.
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 It's conch.
Conch.
Oh my god.
Who's doing the story? It's Conch!
It's special.
And she takes us and says, "With this, we will rule the seas for all eternity with a mighty kraken at our side. She blows into the horn and a cacophonous shout rings out, and from the depths, a kraken emerges and lays itself on the shore, observes its surroundings for a minute, and opens its mouth. Oh, hello, bitches! I have been reincarnated into Kraken! Oh, shit, I guess we are best friends now. We go on all sorts of adventures together, it'll be great. Where's everybody going? Come on! This is great fun! Don't leave me. I don't know how to operate the body yet. It's like I move my mouth and my right leg moves. And as the ship sails off into the sunset, Narcissus Kraken, Jank walking, swimming behind them. We end this tale. One crew member richer, but they'll never forget the grand sacrifice of a man whose name they forgot, Johnny Lobsterface.
Oh my god.
I want to thank everybody who submitted. This is the end of the Water Ganassi thing. I'm sure I'll come up with something else to do later on as we go along. New race, new stuff. I have ideas. I have ideas. But I want to thank everybody who got in and our lovely conch gang.
That was beautiful.
Conch gang. But, all right, moving on.
Hi, it's me, Goblin Katie, here to talk to you about Beetle and Grimm and conchs. So, coming up is Gen Con this weekend, as you may or may not be aware, and Beetle and Grimm will be there. They are going to be at booth number 2947, and I'm probably going to be hanging out there and stalking them, so you should come by and say hi to them and me. And no, it's not that bad. It's really not. Okay, it might be. It might be. Yeah, come give me something else to do. That would be great. But they have plenty of wonderful goods that you can purchase, whether you're at Gen Con or at home this weekend. They have amazing t-shirts. They have oodles of fun little props from their Dragon Heist Waterdeep kit available on their website. You can also order the Silver Edition Ghosts of Saltmarsh box, which I have, and it is chock full of cool things. Encounter cards. They've divided up the adventures so that they're easier to manage for your DM. There's maps, text props, all sorts of cool stuff. And then you can also pre-order the Descent into Avernus. Yay, I got it right. The Descent into Avernus Platinum Edition box, which is going to be chock full of really cool things, including an exclusive WizKids figure that you're going to want because it is baller. So make sure that you either visit them this weekend at 2947 or head over to beetleandgrims.com. Cool.
Hi, it's me, Katie Adkins. It's just me.
Are you going to talk
No,
about
I'm kidding. Hi. There's also Eldritch Foundry. And we're done arguing about how the pronunciation of words. Yes, yeah?
Conch.
Yeah? Okay. So, if you want to make your own super cool, super customizable figures, these are the dudes for you. Instead of sitting online for hours and hours or at a shop for hours and hours debating, like, do I want the elf with the staff or the one with the cape? Because mine both has cape and staff, but I can't find one with both. Now you can fix that problem. So, they designed their character creator based off of styles of old school RPG game character creators like Baldur's Gate, Planescape Torment, Skyrim, and so much more. And it also hurts me a little to hear Skyrim be called an old school RPG, but we're going to ignore that.
Wait, what?
So, which creates a fun and immersive world building experience while you create your dream mini. They 3D print it. You can do it. They're working with a lot of shops. Basically, you create it. They print it, ship it to the store, and you get it. And you know what's even cooler if you're going to Gen Con is they're going to be there too, making them minis. So you can get your minis at Gen Con if you're going, and they're going to be booth 2958. And also, if you follow Gen Con's Instagram, tomorrow Eldritch Foundry is going to be taking over the official Gen Con Instagram all day Monday. So get ready for some miniatures.
Awesome.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah. If you guys like everything we do here, it's all possible because of RockPunch. RockPunch are the folks that do all the behind-the-scenes work here. They do a lot of cool content themselves. You can check them out. Their most recent uploaded clip I see is called "The Walls Have Nipples," where they're playing Riven, which is the sequel to Myst, one of my favorite games.
Oh
And,
God, this was so good.
apparently, the walls have nipples.
Yeah, no, they do.
And you know, you can check that out if you check them out on RockPunch ATL on Twitch or RockPunch on YouTube. They're awesome. They're really, really funny. We love working with them, and we're happy we're a part of this.
And also something really cool to check out is our shop, where you can get all of our cool, lovely merch like that.
Show them
Like
the
that.
shop. Display yourself, Ethan.
And this. And pint glasses and
Wait, we
shot
can
glasses.
get those in the shop?
No, this one's mine. I did it.
Narcissist nautical naughties.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
God, I
There's only
just
one.
noticed.
Just like one narcissist.
That's amazing.
And when you check it out, a really cool shirt, that aforementioned shirt that they were talking about earlier, the purple one that says "Be excellent to each other and
So
may you
soft.
always roll with advantage."
It is very soft.
Super soft. Is now available there. Go check it out. Go get it, or I'll find you.
Also super cool stuff is I do a podcast stream on Wednesdays called Corn on the Macabre, where it's all spooky horror with me and my friend, and each episode is themed. This week is Revenge. Last week was Shark Week, so you can catch up on that, you know.
Check me out on Stellar Arcanum every other Monday on Spotify, iTunes, and all the other major podcasting services.
Without further ado, let us immerse ourselves into the chronicles.
Of D4.
And we're back. Last time on Day of Disasters and Discerning Detectives.
Yes. We started with the explosion aftermath, with the alley in chaos. The entire tavern emptying out to the sounds of the rumbling of what seemed to be an attack on 11 people, Salazar being included. The BFGs rush to his aid to find out if he is alive, and they find out that he is, although he is comatose. They do everything in order to make sure that he is comfortable and healing. When they notice that he took the brunt of the blast to save Declan. Amongst the other bodies, they find a man that Harold was given a description of from the butcher, a gnomish man that was later revealed to be delivering something, and a few others that were living amongst the alley, along with a man that has a face burned half away as he is the only survivor of the explosion, and makes his leave before the watch arrives.
And as the watch arrives and begins investigating, the familiar detectives, Barnabas Blastwin and Sergeant Saith Cromley, show up and begin questioning. As the party makes their way inside, they see an old friend, Renere, who has been missing the past 10 days. Apologizes, and it comes to learn that he actually arranged the meeting with this gnome, whose name was Dalakar. He was to meet him to give him something, though he is not sure what that was or is. Upon further investigation, Declan found a necklace, which later revealed to be a spent necklace of fireballs, which is revealed to be the cause of the explosion. Asking around and finding out information from the fellow alley neighbors and those people who were there, you found out that you're looking for a metallic humanoid wearing a red tabard and fancy hat with a feather.
You also learned that Fala saw something being taken from the gnomish body, a part of the explosion. From this description of this metallic humanoid, they go to the House of Inspired Hands and learn that this exact thing is called a nimblewright, where they meet a master tinkerer and servant of Gond named Twiggy, and the nimblewright he bought at last Twins Parade named Nim. Nim is very curious and seems to want to be able to create life, as he has found sentience in himself and wants to learn more about what it is to be alive. From there, he gives the party what is called a nimblewright detector, a strange wand device that has a spinning umbrella and clicking mechanisms that is powered by a shard from inside of his body.
From there, they use that device to lead them towards the House of Wonders, the Temple of Mystra, where they inquired about what they believed to be, at that time, the culprit. Petunia goes into the vision of her familiar, Dr. Jones, leading it back into the back, finding a room where young clerics or mages are practicing a cantrip and seeing a very strange metallic being that comes up, and you learn it's another nimblewright, one they refer to as a chosen of Mystra, as they're trying to teach it magic, but it does not match the description that they were given. From there, they make their way to the Smiling Siren after a night's rest, a fest hall where Voss learned not to take things from, and found
Slipped.
You can't prove it otherwise.
where he slipped. And they found another nimblewright, this one a dancer, very exotic looking, and learned that everything seems to be connected to Luskin, and this one was bought from a man named Captain Zord of the Seamaiden's Fair.
Yes, the Seamaiden's Fair is a carnival on 3 sailing ships that have made port very recently and have opened on Founders Day. With that information in hand, they head towards the Blackstaff to find some answers on the necklace in hopes that they can use some type of divination in order to find who the owner is of this thing.
And as their neighborhood diviner gets a sending from her boss to deliver message, a slow and tedious message. She has to make her leave, telling everyone goodbye, just as they head towards the Blackstaff.
Thanks for joining us, Ray.
We miss you.
We do.
Yes, and she has already told us that she can't wait to return whenever we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yay.
You all come upon the imposing, foreboding, and reputable obsidian stone-built Blackstaff Tower. Known across Faerun as the most prestigious academy for magical learning, as well as the home and base for Force Grey and the home to Blackstaff herself. Upon noticing No entrances through doorways or even windows. You see Vinley place her hand upon the barren black structure and cast a spell into it, which you did at the very end of last. So you still have that spell marked away. Yep. As she does, the bright gold light radiates in a form of a once invisible rune atop her hand. The golden magical energy courses into the void of the stone before you as it traces out in harsh geometrical lines, continuously breaking off from one another like jagged bolts of lightning before ending in the edges of a double doorway that weren't previously there.
Can I do an Arcana check to
Sure.
know what she just did?
Yeah.
Thank you.
As you're looking over it, she pushes the doors open into a low-lit room provided by floating globules of blue energy that dance aimlessly throughout. It is mostly barren beyond a large wooden desk where an elven man writes tirelessly into some tome, and two large stone statues to the south stand ominously. They both seem to be depictions of some great wizards immortalized in stone. Without looking up from his writing, he mutters,
Miss Galanodel, pressing your luck against the Blackstaff's patience is not wise. Who are your associates?
This place is so homey.
Thank you. They're my friends, the ones I work with.
You all now see is holding two wands in your direction. One a twisting gray ashen branch that twists up from his grip before forking at the end where a small clear crystalline jewel flashes with a silvery white light with no seeming effect. Does anybody have any ill intentions?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Just nervousness and fear.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Waiting on...
I am
boss.
highly uncomfortable.
Okay, that's fine.
Define ill intention.
By the way, I rolled an
Potential, I might draw a weapon if I feel that bad, but nothing immediate.
You don't have anything right now that...
No, not
okay,
at the moment.
got it. The second is one that instills obedience as you see a rigid chain extended from his hand with what looks to be a small carved onyx head being gagged by the final link as it looks in your direction.
What was your Arcana?
11.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Yep.
He's holding a chain.
It looks like a chain, but it's rigid, and it's about this long, and at the end there's a stone that looks like a carved head, and the last link is gagged over its mouth. He's not doing anything with it, it's just
Okay.
held in your direction.
Oh, what's that?
Hello, I'm Laura Seeker Seisha Valispart.
It's not.
He just seems to be
Okay, but what is that?
writing.
It's a lot.
It's a scary wand.
Does everybody carry two of those?
They may enter the Great Hall, but no further, if they can even make it that far.
What do you mean?
The tower is only for those appointed or by or appointed with the Blackstaff. Be mindful not to overstep your boundaries, initiate.
Oh, I was just going to get Alina.
If we can make it that far.
It goes
Don't
back to
touch
writing.
anything.
You know the Great Hall is like the...
Eating area?
Yeah.
Are we gonna have to fight people? What's
No,
up with that?
just don't touch anything.
No, just
Oh, okay.
Be respectful.
Okay.
also keep an open mind.
What do you do?
I'll
Okay.
walk towards the Great Hall.
Okay, you walk through a wall.
Yeah.
Yep, you all watch Vinley just walk through a wall.
I'm like, keep an
Alright.
open mind.
I go to walk through the wall. Do I walk through it?
Oh man, he just.
What is the wall to you? How is V perceiving this wall?
Well, I saw her walk through it, so I'm like, I guess it's an illusion. I'm gonna walk right in it.
Okay, you go right through it.
Cool.
Yep. Everybody else's mindset.
Does sound transfer through there?
No.
Oh, okay, cool. I was about to say, because you hear it. Nice.
What is everybody's
ahead,
in
guys.
character response?
I'm gonna. My character response is, "Oh, it's like the thing with the monk," and I just walk right through it.
Yep. You go through it just fine.
Go ahead, boss.
Nope, you go first.
I'm gonna poke my head back out, and I'm like, it's like the other thing. You got to dance on your way in.
Hey, you have to dance.
Why don't we go together?
We forgot to
Insight.
Go
check
ahead and roll that
shit.
deception.
Yeah. 17.
Yeah, you beat me actually. 15.
Yeah, you know he's pulling your chain.
9. Sink back through.
Just Homer into it.
Yeah,
Is
100%.
Voss just now realizing he didn't have to dance originally?
Boss is realizing. Fucking liars. I reluctantly move through the wall, but with like hands outstretched if I can.
Does Voss perceive it as real or fake?
Voss knows it's an illusion, but he's incredibly uncomfortable around magic.
It's fine.
So.
You know it's illusion. You walk through it.
After everybody else has gone through, I'll go through.
Okay. Got it. And you perceive it as an illusion as
Oh,
well?
yeah.
Yep. Awesome.
It's a lie.
You all walk into a grand banquet hall.
Sorry.
No. I didn't want to interrupt roleplay. So.
He let me know that he knew I was lying
Oh,
earlier.
got it. Yeah.
My exact words were, "That is a debt that will be paid."
Oh, who cares? Is
Oh,
V's
what, you're going to get on to
response.
somebody for lying?
So as y'all are yelling at each other, you look around and you realize you are standing in a grand banquet hall illuminated by floating, ever-burning candles that hover aloft near the ceiling above a few students currently enjoying meals who are all looking in your direction.
Hey.
I would imagine I stick out like a sore thumb and
I imagine all of you except for one of you sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just thinking of
Do
a
they do
plate.
music in this tavern, or?
That table. Sit down.
All right.
I sit down at the table she's pointing at.
It's completely empty.
Yeah, I sit there too.
I will also sit. You sure? This seems like a pretty chill tavern. I think I could just.
It's not a tavern.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
Contemplating getting my accordion out.
Taking it all in with unabashed awe and wonder.
Wondering if I can order a drink here.
Okay.
Having been here during the week of downtime,
Yep.
would I have had time to get to know where Silver Moon regularly would be?
You see her most oftentimes when you guys interchange in the hall and sometimes in the library. But you have different studies, so you don't have the same classes. So you could look around if you would like.
Make a perception check to see if she's in here.
Yeah.
What do you want to drink? Like when V's like, I wonder if I can order a drink. What is it?
Just a beer. Pass some time, because I don't know how long we're going to be sitting here. I'm like,
Okay.
you know.
Okay, got it. 11.
Okay.
Okay. As you're looking around, a younger boy, like male student, with just the tunic on, doesn't have the overrobe, kind of walks by, places his hand on the table, looks at V, winks at her, and an ale appears in front of her, and then walks.
That's my dude.
What just happened?
Nope.
No, they don't drink
Uh-oh.
there.
No,
do
that
they?
doesn't
Oh,
happen.
it's totally looks like an ale.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Well, now I'm not going to drink it. Thanks,
You don't
guys.
know
No,
that?
you don't know that.
I know.
Okay.
Well, I'm like, well, that's.
Wait, what?
I guess there's a mind reader here.
Yeah, we're in the Blackstaff. There's probably a couple.
If you're not gonna drink it, I am. I start reaching
Well, I
for
was
it.
gonna.
Just drink it.
Yeah, I'll drink it. I'll take a sip of it.
Tastes like a creamy, floaty. It's not alcoholic, but it is sweet and good. Maybe like a cream soda or like a buttery taste.
It's a butterbeer. Sorry, it's a
Yeah.
it's a margarine ale.
Oh.
That sounds disgusting.
It's a margarine IPA.
You got any more?
I hate IPAs.
Me too.
What are you looking for?
It's
Girl,
okay, not what I wanted,
I
but
saw
you know, it's
purple
a
hair.
drink.
I looked for this girl she just described.
As you're all walking around or looking around, it's about
It's about 10 minutes of looking around and just waiting and taking it all in and wondering what the hell is going on and contemplating playing music.
I get a drink. Just doing the same thing, just like.
You see Vinley touch the table and a drink appears in front of her.
the same rune on her hand appears.
It's water. We've been walking. A lot.
When you
What?
Go ahead, keep going.
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about.
It'll work eventually.
Shut up.
when all of a sudden, Vinley, you see the quirky and aloof, tempered young woman with lilac hair reading over a few books that Vinley you recognize to be Abjuration. In front of her are a few small vials of translucent chartreuse yellow-green liquid, corked and stowed away on an alchemy rack. Vinley, you also notice that she is now wearing full robes over her tunic and surcoat.
Hey, Finley.
Hey.
Here to teach some more?
No.
Who's your friend?
This is Bill.
My name is Bill Ronto.
I'm Alina Silvermoon. I am an abjurer.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Abjurer? Like full, not abjurer apprentice, abjurer assistant, student?
I have reached adept.
Oh, well, congratulations. What
Yes.
are you working on?
I'm actually working on a spell. Do you need any? Like, what do you need?
I was just coming to talk to you and also try and find a divination wizard powerful enough to locate the owner of this.
You need somebody to scry on it?
Yeah.
I can do that. I want to be a magistrate. I thought it might be important to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
Okay. Well, we have a table down.
Yeah, sure. Just can you help me gather my
Oh,
things? Okay.
So you kind of gather what you can and not going to break as she gathers the books and picks up and follows you over to the table. And as you all see this woman, young woman appear, or not appear, but walk up with Vinley, as described before, but you also notice that hanging around her neck is a pendant that appears to be a golden scale.
Like a scale?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I?
Yes,
Do
you
I
can.
have one of those?
Yes, you do.
I better swap out.
Do a sleight of hand.
I will.
Yep.
That's a great
I rolled
point.
a 2. There's
Yeah.
no way that's gonna be useful.
Even with the 2, you've seen it before. You have no idea what it is, but you've seen it before.
I know that.
You know it's a holy symbol.
13. 13. Okay. Hold on. She starts. She goes, "Hey, I'm Alina Silvermoon. Welcome to the Blackstaff Tower.
Hi, I'm Seisha.
Don't you just love magic?
This is so cool.
What does everybody want to eat? Drink?"
Just some water.
And places a hand on the table. Room glows. There's water right in front of you.
Do you have ale?
You're drinking it. We don't have alcohol on the
Alcohol.
premises.
Rots the brain.
Do you have lobster?
Oh, that's crisp.
Fresh.
Boom. And there's fresh.
And
How do you want it?
the way you got it's fine.
Okay.
You got butter.
Yeah.
What?
Like
Duck
brown
flambe.
Yeah.
No.
Harold.
Stop.
You can see him like thinking of every expensive meal he could think.
Harold, don't abuse the hospital, okay?
God.
Oh no, it's
Table manners.
It's-
Table manners.
it's magic built into the tables. It doesn't
I
cost
grab
anything.
some
Yeah.
and eat some.
This is the neatest ever.
Seisha, what do you
Duck
want?
flambe. They serve it on fire.
It's really good.
No, I got it. It's
Wait.
really
I don't know
crisp.
why I'm
Well, now you have
pantomiming,
another.
but
Oh, excellent.
We have a request for this woman.
Yes.
We shouldn't waste her time too much further with.
It's a good point. Bread,
Good.
maybe?
Didn't seem to notice, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Eh.
Okay. Where'd you find it?
Our alley was kind of attacked.
That is terrible. Have you informed the watch, the guards?
Oh,
Order
They
of
know,
Magists,
they
and
know. They know.
they don't have this.
Oh, we do.
They know about it.
They do know about it, and they allowed you to keep it.
What are you handing over to her to delve?
The necklace,
The
right?
necklace.
Okay.
It's not active.
Do they?
They know that there was a necklace.
Do
They don't know.
Do they?
They don't know that we have
Okay,
it. They
look.
just know that there
We-
was.
If they
Look.
don't know that you have it, you are hampering justice.
No, we showed it to them.
I
I
specifically
don't know.
think I told them everything when
Yeah.
asked what I told them. I told
At
them
the
Yeah.
everything.
time, at the
Okay.
time we told them, we didn't know.
Okay, just so you know, hampering justice is findable
bad.
up to 200 dragons
Oh.
and hard labor for up to 10 days.
Yes.
As a
Right.
follower of Tyr,
I pull out the list of laws.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. But as a follower of the tier and my aspirations of becoming a magistrate, it would be morally and legally ambiguous for me to do that for you.
Okay, but
I'm a lore seeker.
I understand.
Yeah, I am very big on the laws.
I lift my pendant to see if the god that she mentioned is the one that's written on the back of it.
It is.
TYR.
Okay, cool. Tier. Sounds cool.
Okay, look.
Ma'am,
Yes.
what we're doing today is far from hampering justice. We are assisting.
Are you?
I understand that this puts you in a bit of a position, but we have been interviewed and essentially interrogated by the Watch on at least 2 separate occasions after this incident.
Actually, the people who questioned us were not officially members of the Watch, but they are working with the Watch.
In any case,
It was Masters Blastwin and Cromley.
In any case,
Okay.
this is not official. Everything official that we did, we told them. I swear to you that we did. This is something of a different variety in that case.
Okay. If I do this for you, are you going to take this information and evidence to the proper authorities?
I will.
Yeah,
She literally can't lie to anyone.
she literally can't lie.
Yeah, no, it's a thing.
Okay.
We're just following a lead that might not even pan out, Alina. We don't want to waste their time.
Should go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Yes. Seisha.
Okay.
And
You can do it with advantage, or you can help.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna roll.
Roll with advantage.
Roll with advantage.
I don't even
Alright.
want to be a part of this.
you said
Oh, yeah.
literally
Oh,
can't
yeah.
wait. We both of you.
Yeah. No, I don't want
That
my
is
negative
persuasion?
one even close to
Yes.
That's a 22.
Okay. Well, if you help me, I'll do this for you.
What do you need help with?
I'm learning a new abjuration spell. I'm actually creating an abjuration spell. I need someone to practice it on.
Me. No,
I
me.
push
Everyone else
away
put your
from the
hands down.
table.
I would really like to experience that.
Oh, but
Because
Okay.
I want to write about it
Guys,
for the font.
this is Vinley's clubhouse, okay? And we need to let her be active.
It's
in
actually-
her club.
okay. I need 3 volunteers.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, I can't wait.
I
Perfect.
will warn you that this will. I will have to poison you in order to practice.
That's fine. I can take care of that.
I will
Sure.
also warn you, this is experimental.
As long as I don't turn into a frog.
I think that's brilliant.
Do I know what abjuration is?
You can make an Arcana check.
Yeah.
This is.
I'm not a magic person.
Nope.
I don't know what abjuration
Magic.
is.
You're
and
creating
I
Magic.
haven't even attempted
a
to know.
new spell.
What's abjuration?
I'm actually reworking a divine spell into an arcane.
That's even better. Oh, Agma would be so proud.
We're gonna have to talk about that later. But abjuration is protection magic.
It's not grammar.
I asked you quietly.
Sorry.
I didn't know what abjuration was, okay? I don't do anything with magic.
That's
okay.
If you want to learn about magic,
Hold
I
on.
can teach you.
Did you tell her it was grammar magic?
No, I did not.
I asked if it was
Okay,
grammar
so you want to
magic.
cast this?
Didn't know.
I love magic. This is wildly entertaining. Please follow me.
Let's go.
Okay.
Wait,
What?
we can't leave this room.
We're not. And you see her walk into a side wall of the outside wall where you actually see windows that you did not see before. And walking through this wall, you expect to walk into.
Do you follow?
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Yeah, we are.
I wait for everybody to go through again.
I'm gonna die.
All right. So
Yeah, you are.
as you walk through, expecting to find yourself outside, you're actually instead in a similar, more private booth for eating and studying.
This
She-
place is amazing.
She looks at you with quirky, aloof smile as you say this.
Don't you just love magic?
I do. It's
We didn't bring the food that's from that table. I can conjure new food.
Oh no, I'm
But-
fine.
But I'm gonna need this space.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I already finished.
I'm
lunch,
very
man. It's
refreshed.
done.
Okay.
You watch as the young mage pulls out a mirror from her backpack, about the size of a serving tray. It's oval in shape and has a high silver wall, almost making it a shallow bowl. She places her hands on the table and summons a glass of water, which she pours into the reflective surface, which now looks to be like a pool of reflective silver, as if she has changed the state of matter from solid to liquid.
Yep.
Has she begun casting at this
No.
point?
No.
If I can ask, what spell are you attempting to recreate?
Oh, not this one.
Oh,
This is for the scrying and
right. Okay.
the necklace. And, but the spell is protection from poison.
Oh.
It's divine only, which I always thought was strange.
Yeah, there's a lot of spells like that, especially for me. I've
Well-
been reading a lot while I was here.
We can talk magic theory at
Yeah,
some
we
other
can.
point.
Yeah, yeah,
I'd
yeah.
love to.
And then with that, she drops the necklace into the pool.
Recite some arcane words, and you watch as it disappears into the silvery liquid.
Don't go reaching for that, Bill.
I slipped. Prove otherwise.
Legit.
All right.
I would like to make a insight.
I know.
Whether or not he slipped.
On whether or
Yeah.
not I slipped? Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
That is a 13.
17. Deception.
No, he totally slept.
Okay.
Can I roll for?
Yeah, you'd be the other.
Yeah, you would be the other.
For insight?
Insight.
Yeah.
Harold's like, I don't care. I'd have reached for it too if you didn't.
Trying to be the 17.
15.
Oh, it was a good roll, too.
Yeah, you're like, oh, maybe he did
No,
slip.
he totally slipped.
Because if he was actually trying to take something, he would have had something in his hand, would have pulled it out, but he didn't.
Of course.
Yeah, how strange.
No one could be that clumsy.
Petunia?
Right, but if you slipped, that's because you're clumsy.
Guys, we're interrupting this.
Yes, I
And
agree.
you see her eyes are glazed over, and as you look down, you notice that the pool begins to ripple.
Oh.
And you wonder how much you've missed.
I've been watching the entire time.
Thank you.
And you all watch as an overhead view of a city, as the city of splendors before you, and the vision plummets into the depths of an arcane lab, where you see hands moving and forging glass beads inlaid with sulfur and guano. Suddenly, you are rushed through a series of buildings, moving too fast to comprehend as you crash through walls before seeing a 4 glass-jeweled golden necklace exchange hands across a table covered in coins. One pair of hands are thin and grimy, while the receiving hands are gloved in green-dyed leather with gold filigree under a bright white frilled cuff and plum sleeves.
Does any of it look like something any of us have seen?
No.
Any? Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
So green leather over plum sleeves.
plum sleeves, green leather with gold
yeah,
filigree.
green leather gloves, a frilled cuff underneath, like a sleeved jacket.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. The scene swirls in colors with the man seemingly only to turn around, still focused on the elaborately dressed hands as the necklace is placed around the neck of a metallic being. A flash of light and fire erupts before you, almost blinding you. As you refocus your gaze, you see through the ripples of the looking glass as a glimpse of a thin, brass, metallic man wearing a vibrant vermilion red tabard and matching hat with a white plume feather illuminated by the light of a doorway just before it closes. Ending in darkness for a moment, there is nothing before you until Vinley, you hear faint voices muddled from beyond the closeted doorway.
Everyone else, you can make perception.
Certainly.
Or everybody can make perception. You're not
I
tuned in
innately
yet.
hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, natty 20.
Okay.
That's going to be a total of 22.
18.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
Also 19.
Okay.
16.
Wow. Everyone.
Wow, we did good.
Everyone hears.
We're serious.
Yeah, we want
Quick
justice.
question. The brass man that was seen, was he at the point of the explosion, or was he seen from the perspective of
No,
the center
you
of the
saw-
explosion?
you
You saw the explosion, and then it was like another vision as you're looking like into a doorway as the doors close.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was from another perception.
Yeah. It's like
okay.
a.
Another perception, but completely different scene.
Okay.
It's like explosion and then fades to a different scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doors being closed in front of it.
Yeah.
now we're
With
behind
the with the 22, is there anything remarkable about that door?
Oh no, it's when the door closes,
It
it's
went
pitch black.
Yeah, it went to
Okay,
blackness.
but
You
there's
just
nothing
saw.
like the type of stone or the type of wood or anything like
No,
that. Okay.
it looked like a small closet.
Yep.
Oh,
that-
okay.
so-
it was an interior.
Interior.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you get the stone?
Of course I did. That thing is worth every nib.
Good. But it was followed. Did anyone know who sent it?
If they did, I would already be here by now, wouldn't they?
Well, you should get someone to ward it from scrying because it didn't come back with the necklace, and if the Order gets its hands on it, we'll have the watch bursting down our door.
That's why I locked it away. Now keep your voice down. Did you hear that? I think someone's here. I could have sworn I heard a voice.
And that the pool of water fades away from the black inky image back into the shimmering silver, where the gold chain is now resting at the bottom of the shallow pool of water.
Shit.
So we need to go find the Order of the Gauntlet.
What stone?
It's
You know what?
we don't know.
I don't need to know. The more I know, the more I am guilty of helping and hampering justice.
No, we're not hampering justice.
Just-
I'm gonna go tell the guys.
The less we say right now, the better. Go ahead.
Yes, you are going to
Yes.
deal with that. I do not need to know the less. The more I know,
Understood.
and if I don't bring forth anything,
Sure, sure.
okay.
So should we go now?
Yes.
No, you have
no
to
poison.
help
Oh yeah,
me.
we have to do the spell.
Poison.
And
My body is ready.
Oh, no. You know, phrasing, Stacia, phrasing.
Well, why don't you sit this one out?
Why?
I can remove it.
Who's
But
gonna take my place?
Well, I can
fine.
remove it from 2 of the 3.
but because of what we just saw, you have to take this information to the authorities.
Yes.
Because I was able to scry against them. I will not be able to do it again.
Right.
So,
You just may
I'll
want to-
also find Nigel. I bet he's at the font.
You may want to join me in the dining hall briefly. I think I saw something delicious there.
No.
No.
Harold's getting
No.
poisoned.
yes.
Boss,
I don't want to take his place.
Boss, you are not leaving the room with Venley while we're here.
No, I'm
You
leaving
can't.
with Harold.
No, you
You're
cannot
not
leave the
leaving the
room
room
where
that I'm
Venley
in.
is.
Once we're
have
done
to
here,
stay.
me and you can have that talk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, now that all that's done,
Yeah.
I need help with my studies.
Yes.
Here are the vials as she pops open a case, brings out a small wooden rack with the 3 vials. I will warn you, there's no guarantees that this will work.
It's okay. I can do stuff
Okay,
for
Ooh.
2 of us.
I've had indigestion before.
who wants to go first?
Me?
No, I want to go.
Okay, fine.
Take a vial.
How many vials of poison does she have there?
Oh God.
3.
Okay.
Ready?
First, I need you to drink this poison and not fight the effects.
Oh, okay.
It is a chemical compound of diluting agents distilled with grunga mucus. So it will not harm you beyond causing you to feel nauseated, dizzy, clammy skin, shallow breathing. It shouldn't last for more than a few minutes.
Okay.
If this doesn't work, after you've drank the mixture, please lay down on this table.
Okay. Cheers
Yeah.
to new ideas.
And V immediately says to herself, magic users are fucking crazy.
The one thing that Boss and V completely agree on.
The fact that you're like volunteering
Yeah.
to take poison.
You're instantly under the poison condition.
She kind of sits down.
She reads from her notes, scribbled across a few pages haphazardly. Some areas are crossed out, margarine's filled in with incantations, altercations, along with arcane sigils and material component lists. With a muttering of a few words, a bright golden light begins to trace from her fingertips, creating a line between her hands of floating arcane script as she rotates her hand, creating a full arcane sigil over your body, Stacia. With an outline of a person in the center of the glowing runes. From there, a series of strings crackling with vibrant energy pulls from her fingertips as she pulls from them against the circle.
Okay.
All right. Okay. The strings from her fingertips pull against the outline frame of the humanoid figure within the arcane sigil as you see Seisha's body begin to sweat profusely. First clear, and then a strong, odorous, yellowish-green ichor follows. And just as the color begins to deepen in color, the small wisps of crimson, the spell ends. And although you're winded and covered in sweat, you're no longer poisoned.
You literally saw Elena pull the poison out of her body from every pore, and made her sweat out the poison, and then right before her pores started bleeding, she stopped.
I'm so proud of you. I don't even know you, but I'm so proud.
Did it work? How do you feel?
Kind of like I just got over the flu, but not sick.
Who's next?
Me.
That was amazing.
Let's hope it continues.
I'm on it.
Okay.
Here's looking at you. I never got your name.
Elena Silverman.
Silverman.
Will making that taste different affect it in any way?
Prestidigitation? No.
Okay. It tastes like stereotypical poison. Like what everyone thinks poison tastes like.
Ooh, like cough medicine.
Yeah, like really, really
Like bitter almonds.
I was literally about to say, tastes like burnt almonds. Like,
You
So
see,
arsenic.
like, she kind of gets a quizzical look over at you, Harold, and then looks at you, Vinley, like, really?
Oh, it must have. God.
oh, it's like
teaching
it burn,
them a
it's still
lesson?
burning my
Yep.
tongue.
As you're laying down, she does the incantation once again.
Do it
The
quick.
sigil, where there's an outlined body in between the
Do it
circle.
quick.
The strings,
Don't rush her.
the strings begin to pull against the form, against the as the light begins to creep up the threads across her hands as they illuminate the room. Her hands in an instant now bright as a torch, causing her to lose concentration as your body begins to sweat and then convulses from the pain of blood that is now being pulled from your prone, doubled over a body as you fall off the edge of the table, vomiting onto the ground.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes, you are still poisoned.
Great.
No, he's not.
You're going to do 5 points of lay on
lay
hands?
on hands
Okay,
for 5.
got it. Elena helps you up, apologizing. I'm so sorry. As her hands leave smears of light in the shape of her handprints across you and anything else that she seems to touch.
So she like puts her hand on the table and like pulls you up, and there's a glowing handprint on the table.
As her hands are still like beacons of light.
It's just glowing from where she like pulled my head up to look at her. No, I feel great. I feel a lot better.
You sure there, buddy?
I mean, granted, it was after she touched me, but you get the picture.
You want to get up?
Huh.
Let's
go down with your hair.
That's interesting. I take out a notebook and start writing.
This glowing hand on my face.
Yeah, you, she like nudges her notebook over to you.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah.
I don't.
Is this a permanent thing? Am I gonna be glow face forever?
God, I hope. Oh no, my mic.
Her face definitely gives the, I definitely don't know.
Dispelled
And she
if
goes,
nothing else.
no.
Probably. Maybe.
No.
I
You're
trust
fine.
you. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Even if it doesn't, it looks great.
20 on my insight check.
Oh,
On her.
yeah, I was giving it to you without.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But
It's kind of like a Phantom of the Opera House kind of vibes.
except that when she shows up and she's like, I wonder who's playing the organ. There's a spotlight coming out of his face.
But you're a bard. That works so well. It's like a hey, look at me, and then you.
Yeah, except when the audience looks at me, they're gonna be like, oh God, don't look right at me.
They already do that.
They are.
It
already do
looks.
that.
It looks very.
Both of you.
It looks very dapper.
You know
Just
what?
glowing off my face.
You
Dapper.
Notice, and
Yes.
you notice it's slowly
Slowly
starting to
fading.
fade.
Oh, well, it's
I think it's a
fading.
good look.
Wait.
It
fading.
sets you apart from the other bards even more than you already are because of your skill.
The thing that makes me sad is that you're telling the truth in all of this and not just saying things to make me feel better. And that's
Right.
what.
You look over and like
Oh, I'm just telling
her
you things.
face is completely covered in like little fingerprints. Like she's just kind of
Like face palming.
Oh,
like,
That's a good look.
yeah. And she looks down at the mirror.
It goes away.
No
it
harm,
goes away.
no foul. Ready, Finley?
Shining like the moon.
Get your shine on.
Hands you a now glowing, glowing vial.
I just want to slap the light into somebody so
Drink it.
bad.
Okay.
Remembering what that tastes like. For later.
So, as you lay down, her still glowing fingertips once again pull at the strings tied to the arcane sigil as you feel water begins to drip down across your body. You look up and notice she is profusely sweating. Her robe's now soaked, her nose is running, and tears are running down her face. The spell ends. You're still poisoned, and she explains that.
I think it backfired.
Oh, I can get one of you.
I don't feel too good.
Who do you want me to get? I can get one of you.
There's still a lot of kinks to work out. I think I'm close though.
Venley, your call.
Fucking me!
And answer honestly, it's you.
Okay, you're gonna be here for a while, right?
Yeah, I'll be
Okay.
fine.
Lay on hands for 5 points on Venley.
Can I make a medicine check to see if she's like seriously hurt herself, like health points hurt herself?
Sure.
Man, I'm not trained, but I'm still barred. Yeah, 21.
21. You can tell by the way she's acting that she is now poisoned as well.
Visibly poisoned. You can
Oh,
see the.
Wear off.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she has not taken any damage.
Okay, cool.
She stopped the spell before it started pulling anything else.
Got
Before it got real bad.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you're definitely. I mean, the concept's working. That's something.
Do you need help getting to a bed?
I'm fine. We had to go through a bunch of stuff. It's magic.
I take notes on the effects that I felt since I was the successful one in her notebook.
Okay. My hands are this is going to be a problem.
Just put your hands in your
Could you ask someone to dispel magic on you?
Yeah, I'll go find someone. Just put that once you're done in my bag, and I'll be on my way.
All you need to do is just
I'm
put a
giving
pair
her
of
the
gloves
notes
on and
what
then
happened with every one
bet
of us.
people in taverns that you can make their hands lighter, and you could make so much.
And I put her journal in her bag.
That works for you?
Yeah, it would.
Not for someone that wants to be a magistrate.
Some of the best magistrates, I'm sure, were drunk in bars at some point.
I mean,
Anyway, I better get going.
She doesn't. She's not judging you. She actually laughs at your joke and seems very elated by it, but it's not something she's going to do.
Right, obviously, yeah.
Once you take the notes, she grabs her bag, and then Vinley,
It was nice to meet you.
you all as well. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, I think I actually, now that you're working on the divine, we have a lot to talk about.
If I can make it work. Yes.
Well, you did.
Briefly.
You made it work 1 out of 3 times. That's
Listen,
Hopefully-
not 3 failures.
Hopefully that doesn't come back.
I
and
will
it's
always,
permanent.
It does.
I will always
Wait,
be a
permanent.
test subject.
We don't know how this stuff works.
And if you need anything, again, we can study with each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will never ask you to be my test subject.
It's probably fine.
Bye.
She kind of pauses, like she's like bye, and then like your words hit her. She's like, ooh.
Yikes.
Hey, she's supposed to be doing the healing kind, and walks out. What do you guys do?
Leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once we're outside, I'll kind of step aside with Voss.
let's-
I want to
Across the
listen in on
street.
their conversation discreetly.
I'm gonna run across the street and see if I can find Nigel.
I want to eavesdrop
Right.
on Ethan and Voss, or
Okay,
on
you make your
Harold
way.
and Voss.
Are we outside of the building?
Yes, I'm sure
I wave
Vinley.
at
I.
not SNAP.
Yep. I will go with you.
Do I roll stealth?
It would be stealth
Okay.
Oh God.
against their passive.
Okay.
I don't know what y'all's passive is, but
Oh. Oh, what?
Oh no.
15
Okay.
against
Noted.
Good.
what's y'all's passive?
I see you.
Tayshalan.
Tayshalan. Thank you.
So Harold and Voss step off to the side as Harold crosses the street.
Yep.
Or not Harold, sorry.
Seisha.
Seisha crosses the street.
And I rolled 15 stealth. Does that work?
Got it. They don't seem to notice
Okay.
as you creep up. Kind of.
I'm sorry.
I'm just
Like
looking at
10-foot
her.
tall creeper.
I am.
I know 7.
7.
Have we actually ever
Be more
measured?
impressive if you were 10.
You.
I couldn't get through doors. Anyway.
I'm already struggling.
We know they have the stone.
Yeah.
So obviously we can't go to the watch and we can't go to the gauntlet. We can't go to any of them.
Not until we have it.
When we have it, what then?
We gotta hope it's the whole damn stone.
But when we have it, what then?
I'm gonna get it straight to that the Harlequin, of course.
And what then?
Then I'll start working off the money debt.
Let me ask you a question, Harold. You're a smart man. You've thought of this. If I have a stone that the entire city wants, wouldn't it behoove me to make sure that as few people know about it as possible? So when we give this stone to him, what's to stop him from just killing all of us? Please tell me you've thought about that.
I've thought about that every day since he told me to do this.
And?
We'd be fucked.
No. If we have it, then we're not fucked.
You want to hold it over his head?
What other option do we have? I am under the assumption that he's going to kill us as soon as we give it to him. As long as we have it, we have some leverage.
He won't do it until I've got the money to him.
How do you know that?
I don't.
Exactly. The stone gives us leverage.
It gives us leverage, but it puts a huge target on our back. He won't be the only one coming to look for it, obviously.
Chance of death versus guaranteed.
We don't know that it's guaranteed. It's still chance. Both are chance.
Harold?
If I thought we could just, like, throw him off a cliff or something, I'd do that.
Harold. We've both been parts of criminal organizations,
Yep.
but you've never been the head of one.
Nope.
So let me tell you, if I was in his position, I would murder all of us.
Fair. That makes a lot of sense.
It's not a good plan, I agree, but we are low on options.
Oh, we can't just keep this from everybody else. They need to be in on this plan. We got to figure out a plan. Oh.
We can't tell Seisha because she'll just go to the gauntlet with it. And if the gauntlet have it, then it's assured that the Rose will come kill us. If the gauntlet has it, everyone will know they have it. But if we have it, only we do.
I know, but... Oh,
And we have to
man.
start thinking about when we get it, because if we don't get it, we're all dead. And
I
that
know.
is not an option.
I understand. I just...
Harold, you know this enemy better than any of us.
Do I think he'll kill everybody after he has it? I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
I can't tell you that,
That's fair.
but he.
I mean, I think it's just as likely that he might, that he wouldn't.
But
Like
if,
you live this
I was not like, I didn't know the Harlequin before I left.
here's what I think. We take it, we hide it somewhere, and we don't let them know where it is until we absolutely for sure have assurances that our lives will be fine. And then, we don't just have to tell him. We can tell everyone in town, and they can all kill each other for it. Xanathar, the Zentarum, Davil, let them all kill each other for it.
It's not a bad idea, actually. Get more people focused on the stone than us.
Agreed.
Give them more enemies than they know what to deal with. We could even tell the Watch. We could have everybody fight over it while we just slip out the back door.
But we all have to be in agreement that when we find it, we keep it.
Oh, gods. This is not going to be easy to explain to the others.
No, but this is the way it has to be.
I agree with you. We can't just hand it to him. But we have to tell everybody else. We have to tell Seisha too. Seisha may not... I think Seisha believes in what's right and not as much what's written in the laws. If it means saving lives, I think Seisha will be on board. I think that if it buys us time, Seisha will be on board. But we really need to, we just need more information.
I'm making a perception check right now. Behind us.
It's so good. It's so good.
May I, please?
No, because
What's your
It's
passive?
on your passive.
My
You did-
passive is not higher,
didn't
so
know,
remember
sir.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
And then just in the background of the shot, it's just like, yeah.
Oh.
All right, we'll tell the rest of the group, but no matter what anyone thinks, this has to be the course of action that we take. We don't have a choice.
I agree. We are fucked on options.
We're always fucked on options.
Okay, let's get this nimble right, and then we'll figure out the rest of it.
All right.
And
Go
then we'll
back.
head back. Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna cut over to the font. You go in.
Bobby.
You are greeted by one of the acolytes and one of the keepers, and they say, Lord Seekers, Valspar, welcome back.
Thank you.
What can we do for you?
I'm trying to find Nigel from the Order of the Gauntlet.
Nigel. Oh. Yeah, he's not here.
Oh.
He died.
Do you know where I could find him?
I don't. Some very angry man in full plate came storming in, yelling for him that it's time to go. Disrupted the entire place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't know who it was.
No. He had the same symbols on him that Nigel always wears.
Sure.
He was very loud.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Okay. Do you know who Kaiser Vex is?
Should I?
He's one of the members of the Order of the Gauntlet.
Oh.
Really, is there anyone from the Gauntlet here?
I don't. You can look around. Not that I don't know.
I'll give it a quick walk around.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm just gonna kind of skirt around real quick, kind of perusing to see if I see any of the symbols.
No, you don't see any of those. A couple of people stop you and ask how your mission work in the field ward has been going and stuff like that.
Wonderful. We've actually had somebody that came and got a job at the tavern after having a class.
It is, they're elated to hear that, but as you're walking around, you don't see anybody that is a part of the order.
That stands out as a big sign.
Yes.
Order.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the front.
And you know that although they are part of the gauntlet, they are of a
They're separate.
subset.
Yeah. Do you know where the Order of the Gauntlet would have like a headquarters or someplace they hang out?
Sure.
I probably do.
Yes, they have a guild hall, which is. At least I think that's.
Look for it. It is in the C ward, I believe.
Yep. I believe that's it. Let me see what this is.
Okay.
No, Castle Ward.
Castle Ward? Okay.
Castle Ward along Waterdeep Way and the Street of Bells.
Waterdeep and the Street of Bells? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I needed. Thanks.
Thank you. And, I hope you have a splendid day. May Ogma's knowledge shine upon you.
You as well. Thank you.
And
back outside.
Yep, you go back to Blackstaff Tower, where everybody, I guess, is waiting on the interior of the walls. It's kind of like a common ground area. There's a garden in the back.
Place doesn't have windows.
No luck. He's not there. Apparently some guy in plate mail who was really loud came and screamed at him that they had to go, and
Sounds
it
like the Gauntlet.
disrupted the entire library.
Sounds like an asshole.
Sounds
Probably.
like the Gauntlet.
Probably.
Well, in any case, we have to move.
Yeah.
What did we learn from the scry?
Oh, we're looking for 2 people apparently, and wherever this thing is, it's in a closet somewhere.
The nimblewright was in the closet.
Yeah, the nimble.
I didn't notice anything in particular about the interior.
I think we're going to go to the carnival.
Carnivals sound fun. I want to go to a carnival. I want to get one of those, like, you know, like those sugar cake things. You remember the sugar cake
Yeah, the ones
things.
that are like, they make
They
the
look
funnel.
like-
Where?
Yeah,
Where did we
They're
go
not really
shopping?
the shape of a funnel, though.
they're not.
They're more like a weird baked spaghetti.
Scintillating as this conversation is, we need to move.
Where did we go shopping?
The Macy's.
What was it?
The what?
What was the store I took
We went
Stacia
shopping.
shopping at and we bought those cutesy outfits that I still need an IRL version of?
Blah blah.
My brain just went kaput.
Which Katie gave me an IRL
Well,
version
Well,
of. But thank
keep
you.
it
What,
going
you're
on.
telling me you don't remember the
Right.
random store?
No, it's a real store.
Oh my
Keeping that in
god.
mind,
Most authentic
we're probably
Waterdeep.
going there to fight.
I'm going there with somebody else.
Yeah, later. We're going there now.
Is it
to
Aurora's
fight.
realm?
It's not
Aurora's
open
realm.
yet.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. Aurora's realm.
Exactly, Seisha.
We
The
can't
person.
get in yet.
Allow me to talk.
It's on a boat.
Okay. The captain of said boat is the one that has been selling these nimblewrights to everyone in the city. Oh, the man from Luskin.
I don't.
The man from a boat. The Seamaiden's
I
fair.
don't think that's
The man from
correct. I think I got another name.
Okay, who's selling mechanical boys? Because I
It
feel like we're
was
getting some
Captain
lines
Zord
crossed.
was the one selling
Of the
them.
Seamaiden's fair, the boat, carnival boat.
Yeah, isn't
But
he
no,
the boat guy?
I'm fairly certain that Gariel gave me a different name.
She did not.
Wait, hang on, let me check my notes.
I think you're misremembering, Stacia.
No, it was the same name. Okay, but we can't go on the boat secretly.
Well, he doesn't like live on the boat, does he? I'm sure
There are
it's
3 boats.
boats.
That's our only need. We need to head in that direction.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we go
I'm
there
not
while
exactly
people
stealthy,
aren't there?
people.
Then wait.
You could be surprised.
Just because you're not good at something doesn't mean you can't try.
I don't.
And get all of us caught.
Fight.
In any case.
We always end
3
up
boats
fighting
worth
everyone
of
anyway.
sailors.
When has it ever stopped
We killed an
us?
entire boat of dead sailors.
It was in a book.
Let's go there
Still-
first. See
Yeah,
what it looks like.
we
and then
gotta
plan.
scope it out.
Yeah.
All right,
I head in that direction.
that makes sense. Oh wait, why don't you guys go do that, and I'll go tell the gentleman about what we found, so that we don't break our promise.
No, we're not going to break our promise. We never said when we were going to tell her. Just that we were going to tell her. And we are going
And
to
we
tell
will.
her after we get the stone from them.
That
And then everyone else can deal with whatever's going on. Because this isn't our business. We just need the stone.
that's shifty and shady.
Shifty
Hi.
and shady is kind of what's kept me alive
name's
all these
Goodwin.
years.
I head in the direction of the carnival.
Look,
But technically, it's exactly.
I know.
Clever.
here's the situation.
All right.
If they know, if the cops find out that the stone is somewhere where it can be gotten, then eventually the Rose will find out from the people he has hired in the police department. Or whatever, the guard.
Let's go.
The watch, thank you.
Either way.
I
Look, y'all get the
I
thing.
just
did the
want
same thing.
it on record that I think this is a very
Bad idea.
bad idea. But let's go. This is what the group has decided. I'm part of the group. Let's do it.
Where are you guys going?
Carnival.
Okay.
Where it's gonna
The
take
Seamaiden's
place.
fair.
It's actually not hard to find since it opened yesterday.
Yeah, for the Founders Day.
Founders Day opened yesterday, which was when
I
they
was told
supposed-
it was opening in 2 days' time when I ran into Gariel.
Yeah, and then there was a.
And then there was time period.
Oh, I
Time
thought it was
passed.
yesterday that I ran into her.
no
No,
Oh,
time's
okay.
passing
Nope.
since.
Sorry, then.
Downtime week.
downtime week. It went
Right,
really
right.
quick.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So you had your grand opening, the explosion, and then that was also on Founders Day. So it
Yep.
opened the day of your grand opening, and everybody's talking about it.
Okay.
So, nestled in the southeast sandy beach and the docks of the dock ward is a parade of vibrant colors. Pennant banders, food carts, carnival games, street performers, and exotic caged animals.
Yeah.
A hard, packed path has been trampled in the sand leading to the large midway lined with smaller tents on either side. This is a little jarring, but also uplifting to see an array of elation juxtaposed to a dark, dreary, foul-stenched fish gut streets.
Yeah.
The sweet aroma of fried and baked foods almost completely negates the ward's signature odor. The air of the sea, soaked and sun-bleached wood docks are even more crowded than they usually are, bustling with excitement over the seafaring carnival and its wonders.
Prominently taking over the docks in this area are 2 massive ships. One can be seen with the head maiden of a beautiful wood-carved, gold-painted, fey-born woman of near blinding beauty. The other spearheaded by a wooden-carved, purple-painted, cloaked elven woman petrified in a state as if actively summoning something. Both respectively named the Heartbreaker and the Hellraiser. A third ship, slightly even larger and even more ostentatious than the 2 before you, can be seen anchored out a good distance away in the harbor. Its similar, vibrant purple sails and vibrant colors are all you can make out from this distance.
Aboard the Heartbreaker is a stage of jugglers, contortionists, dancers, tightrope walkers, sword swallowers, and other eccentric performers. You also notice a majority of the caged animals lining the top decks. Aboard the Hellraiser, you see a plethora of performers from musicians, poets, and insult comics, where patrons pay to hurl produce towards in exchange for their comments. A few other games can be found along the ship decks as well. What do you all do? It seems to be pretty
Bustling.
Yeah.
Listen for those voices, I guess.
That's a lot of listening.
From the people that are working here.
Does the detector make any noise? Is it just lights?
You have to turn it on.
Where you are now, it isn't really working.
Okay. All right. We're looking for the Seamaidens.
Fair.
There.
This is it.
Well, I guess you could just ask someone.
And I'm correct in remembering 3 ships, correct?
Yeah, you see all 3.
One of them is docked further
Yeah,
out.
way farther off.
You know it's a part of the group because of its purpled sails and its ostentatious look.
My bad.
I look around at the people working. I'm assuming I see an employee somewhere.
There are,
I like to call them fairies.
we'll call them carnies.
Carnies.
No, it's a fair. They're fairies.
Something already
Sure.
Amazing. They're fairies.
Yeah, they're all Feyborn.
I love it.
So there's your fairies who seem to be running the games, and then there's other workers that
Look like they're actually part of the ship crew.
Yeah.
They're on the ships, and they're literally like, they're not a part of the carnival itself. They're your riggers, your boatswains, your
Okay.
ABSs,
I want
able-bodied
to ask
sailors.
one of the fairies where the boat is. The boat we're looking for is.
there's
Do we have a boat name?
I thought you guys had a boat name.
I think the whole thing is called Seamaiden's Fair.
It's a fair.
Ask for a man's name, then, I suppose.
Is you're asking one of the fairies?
Well, then never mind.
I think
Is there any booths that are just like somebody's not in them currently?
Like not running it, or it doesn't seem like many
like
people.
If I wanted to make a little cash on the side and play my accordion and just put out a hat and bust,
Go ahead and
do
roll.
I think I could do that without being caught? Where they'd be like,
I
"Hey,
will.
you're not
I will.
supposed to
I will
be."
give you a 10% chance. Roll a d100.
ugh.
You might as well do it now. Man.
Yeah, you know, he's giving me the opportunity,
I
right?
told you what dice to roll. You have to do it now.
97.
No,
No.
it'd be
Hey.
under 10.
That's
yeah.
okay. Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Then yeah, no worries at all.
No.
All right.
Everything, especially since it just opened, it
thinking
is
free
wildly busy here.
Okay.
Mindful thought. We need to look for the captain of a ship, then. I look for anybody who looks like that would have that rank.
Make a perception check.
We
Best I
could
can think of right now.
Just ask if there are any events run by Captain blah blah blah.
16.
Yeah, what's the captain's name?
Zord.
Looking around
Yes, well,
the
that's for Captain Zord.
looking around the
Let him know
carnival.
we're onto him.
Hold on.
Looking around the carnival, you don't notice anything. Like it's mainly just the fairies
Yeah.
working, and then patrons. So you start to look on the ship, and you know what to look for. You can immediately pick out the crew over the performers instantly. As you look over, you look through as you're like kind of just scanning the two ships, looking for
Which ship do you go towards?
Yeah, which one do you focus on?
Oh boy. The last one.
So the Hellraiser.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a name I like.
The Hellraiser.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
You're looking around and you see a lot of these sailors going towards a man.
What catches your eye as what you think at first is a trick, but you notice that his hair is a shade of blue.
He has a light blue flowing hair that clumsily hangs over his chiseled, anguished face. He has shuttered brown, kind eyes that watch delightfully over the spirits they've come to love for so long. A sword mark stretches across from the bottom of his right cheekbone, cutting towards the left side of his lip and ending on his right cheekbone. So it cuts like that across his face.
But he seems to be enjoying himself, watching the festivities, but he has that air about him that you know what to look for.
Do I hear anyone calling him Captain Lust?
You're too far away to hear it. More so, it's too loud for you to hear any form of conversation.
Do either of the ships are either of the ships built out of wood resembling the walls that we saw in the divination?
Make a perception check.
Okay. What were you going to say?
Oh, yes!
I'm from the Blackstaff and I follow Mishra.
Yeah.
There was a nimblewright that traveled through both of those things. You can just say we're
21.
looking to acquire a nimblewright.
You
That's what I was
know just from
I
your
was gonna
first
hit on
glance
him.
that these probably aren't.
Okay.
You've been on the inside of a ship recently.
Yes.
You know what the inside of a ship looks like.
Yes.
That
That's
did
okay,
not
as
look
long
like the
as
inside
I
of a ship.
Okay.
Yep.
You're looking
You don't see anyone addressing him, or can't hear anyone addressing him as Captain or specifically Captain Sword, but you see all of the sailors going to him.
They're not on a ship.
All right.
The two men were not on a ship.
I got a plan.
They were in a building.
But just so you know, those two voices, one was female, one was male.
The man and the woman. They were in a building.
I know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't think to listen for that.
I
We
did.
are asking this man to see where he's potentially sold
No,
a
but
nimblewright.
they were talking about the nimblewright being on the ships.
No.
It's not on the ship. It was in a building.
I didn't think it was on the ship.
I don't
Otherwise,
remember
that would
saying
have
it
been
was on
going-
a ship.
Otherwise, that would have been going on.
I thought it would be on the ship.
I thought it would
didn't.
be on the other one.
Either
No,
way,
it was in a building.
All right, I'm gonna pocket my doodad.
Okay.
Either,
And,
either
I'm
way,
thinking, guys. I'm thinking, look, you're looking for your mechanical man from Blackstaff, right?
Yeah.
I look like I can afford a mechanical man. Okay. So I can just
You can
safely
ask Zord about
assume-
buying one.
I can safely assume I can approach him, and if I'm wrong about them being that captain, then I'm like, oh, my mistake. I got misinformation. Sorry for assuming bye,
Yeah.
in case it's the wrong person.
take
Yeah.
2 of the ships then.
What?
I'm not good at talking. I was going to be the one that told her about the nimblewrights. Because they're entertaining.
Yeah, they're cool for parties, man.
All right.
rock on.
I back up and allow you to take the lead.
All right, you come with me.
All right.
just in case I fail, you can pick me up.
I think I should also go.
Keeping a constant eye
Just in
out.
case they ask,
Okay.
how do you know of nimblewrights?
Yep, come on.
Yep. All right, come on.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I keep a constant eye out though, in case this starts to stir.
I'm just sticking with him.
Oh my god.
Where are you going?
I'm approaching who I think the captain is.
Okay.
Okay,
The
so
one
the-
that Voss pointed out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The
Okay.
man with the light blue hair.
Blue hair.
All right.
Okay.
Let it go.
No, I know.
No, he has round ears.
Interesting.
Yes, and you see him currently talking to a couple of other people, puts his hand over their shoulder, laughs, and then he points specifically to a bunch of games that Harold knows are definitely rigged for them to lose money.
Right, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, you know, the bucket game,
Yeah,
the
ball,
dice and
ball
the-
and bucket,
yep.
and ring toss, all that kind
Yeah,
of
the ring toss was the one I was
Yeah.
really thinking of. It's just like, hey, come on.
yeah.
It's not possible.
You can be supernatural and still.
But after he points them away, he waves and brings you all over.
All right. Yoo-hoo. Gosh, hold on, give me a second.
I believe in you.
You got this.
Captain?
he looks up.
I start to think.
Yes, I am Captain Tarwin Arlwook at your
Oh
service.
my god.
Kind of like looking over your garb.
Fucked up already.
Oh, you're good.
Well, I hope you're the right captain I'm looking for. You see, I just find those little nimble mechanical men so entertaining, and I have to have one. Are you the right man to talk to about acquiring one?
You're looking to buy one of the nimblewrights.
Yes.
And you would be?
Viumiliana Gathala.
I see. I am not the man you wish to speak to.
Such a shame.
But let me see what I can do. I'll be right back.
So what?
You see him walk back and heads towards what the captain quarters are.
Okay.
A few moments later, you see him come back and say, Lady Gathala, Captain Zord wishes Commodore of the Seamaiden's Fair, Commodore Zord, Zardoz Zord himself, would like to personally greet you.
That sounds lovely.
And I'm sure a family like yours will definitely enjoy the use of our nimblewrights.
I'm sure we will.
Am I hearing any of this?
I mean, if you can be right there. It's
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
I'm wherever he is.
Sorry.
But I'm reading my book.
And he kind of you're all kind of around her, or was it? It was just the three of y'all.
They're close by.
I'm
Those
way
three of
behind.
us,
We
they
are
can
in
be lagging
earshot.
behind.
I got it.
I'm behind.
If you would be so kind to join us, it is but a ferry ride to the Eye Catcher.
Do I detect any ill intention?
Yeah, I
Make
was
an insight
literally-
check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do you-
insight.
if y'all want to,
Who to?
Do you two want to insight that, or you two?
I think
I have a pretty good insight.
you have a pretty. I also have a pretty good insight.
Hey, good insights all around.
I'll let you do
How
it.
good are we talking here?
I already rolled.
We're
for
talking.
mine.
If it was 2, it'd be double
Oh,
that.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
up?
His insight's better than yours.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, his insight's way better than yours.
Jeez, don't
I think we're insight buddies.
That's
All right. So what do we get?
22.
Okay.
I didn't roll.
Nope.
She rolled.
Yeah,
Seven.
they agreed on me, and then we found out his is better. We gotta fix.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go with the 22. Actual
very
excitement,
generous.
like
Legitimate. I may make a sale.
I may make a sale. There's a noble here.
Sweet. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. I sidle up as if I was always a part of her entourage.
Well, you're my herald.
No one knows that yet.
Not even you.
No, I don't.
They will. Oh, they will.
Sure.
And he goes and kind of sees you saunter up.
Oh, this is my entourage. You see, I myself can't merely be an expert in every category, so I like to surround myself with people who have knowledge in areas that I might not be an expert in, so I can always be on top.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, fair.
I love that you like. That makes sense. Yeah.
What are you doing, Seisha? Just waiting?
I'm just reading my book. I
Okay.
am completely
All right.
clueless to what's going on.
Sounds good. Then the four of you are escorted to a rowboat.
Say,
It just
as you can see, she's very scholarly.
like you kind of get that sense of nobles
Right.
about him.
What's going on?
We are meeting with the captain.
Rowboat, come on.
Okay.
We're meeting with the noble,
Oh, I hate boats.
a commodore.
Can't swim. And I wear plate mail.
As you do, there is a
Harold did not know that.
A carny.
a carny who is lowered down with the boat, and he's going to be your or sorry, a fairy. A fairy who is going to ferry you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The English language is a horrible trap.
Why is this only coffee?
I want that on a shirt.
As he lowers down and says, he points and he goes, "This gentleman will lower you down."
My name's John Dyer.
That's, of course I knew that, as you're a ferry here on my ship.
Harold nods as if he totally believes it.
Insight, is this his ship?
Sure, make an insight.
Oh, that's a great question.
Oh, if only it was a great roll. That's an 8.
Hard to read.
Sure it is.
Sure.
I have no reason.
You have no reason to doubt. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I run around with Voss. I think that gives me reason to doubt everything everyone says.
Harold doesn't. Harold trusts
So-
him. Yeah.
Sure.
This is definitely not his ship.
Yeah.
I trust Voss's knowledge and captain.
But he lowers it down and says, "I look forward to seeing what you return with."
Me too.
And waves you off, and
This is an
you
action
kind
movie, that'd be the best
of
part.
hear him kind of lean over to one of the sailors and go, "So I bet," and then that's
Yep.
last as you begin to row.
Can I try to hear it?
Sure, make a perception check.
I am also going to attempt a perception.
No problem.
I'll be out of this. Nice.
Oh,
Both.
my elf ears just detached. 24.
Oh wow, that's better than mine. 21.
Okay. You hear him kind of at the last little bit go, "She goes with the gold filigree one with the red wood that matches her clothes, because that's," and then that's all you.
Thought it was gonna be malicious.
Nope. So as you're in the boat, this stout, very muscular man is rowing you. Buying one of those mechanical beings.
Yes, John.
Yes, I'm so excited. I was thinking about throwing a party sometime soon, and I just had to have one there. You know, they're just so in right now.
Have you ever met the Commodore before?
No.
What's
Why?
it like?
Why?
You know,
Descriptive.
A sailor?
he is a ladies' man. I would say that. Unique. Also.
No. No.
Never seen him use a boat though.
You've never seen him use a boat?
But he's a commodore.
Not like this.
What do you
'Cause
mean?
he's rowing.
Wait.
Oh, he's never rowed a boat.
No, I've never. He's
never
been
seen-
on the other ships. Never seen him.
Oh, he's magic.
Okay.
Does he normally?
You see a little bit of dread. Shit. Okay.
Does he normally meet with his potential clients?
Customers?
Yeah. If you're gonna buy one of these, they keep them on this ship. Don't want
Where-
someone. Don't want them that close. Somebody could break onto the ship, try and take one.
By the way, if he's ever giving a speech and he says, "You've never steered us wrong before," let me tell you about a joke you need to tell, okay? This is going to be good.
It is actually really good.
Okay.
How does he get the? You said he's a ladies' man,
Yes.
and you've never seen him transport on a rowboat.
Oh, the ladies get transported.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I've.
I'm suddenly
are we
very
talking-
glad I have an entourage.
Wait, are we talking like ladies of the night?
I mean, they come throughout the day, so I mean.
Do they particularly have red hair often?
No,
Oh.
he likes them all. So,
Well, hopefully this will be easier than expected.
He sounds pretty easy.
just between us, water Davians,
Yeah.
does sailors seem weird to you?
What about him?
I mean, they communicate with each other using hand signals, which I'll say you noticed.
Yep.
But it was not.
Not thieves' camp.
Nope.
Thinking back, are they exhibiting any
I-
odd behaviors? Like,
Yes, because you asked if he was human. It was weird. You think you picked up on a slight elvish accent.
I knew it, motherfucker. He talked like an elf. Pretentious.
Oh, I just figured that was being kept to me.
I meet pretentious people all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think boss.
Also, but since you ask, yeah, they're all men.
Well, that's.
Is
I've
that
worked on many ship with ladies.
Yeah, but there are old superstitions that having a woman on a boat was bad luck.
That was
They could
ages
be
ago.
really
Thank you.
super.
Yeah,
but they
exactly.
could be really superstitious.
I would have her on a ship in a heartbeat.
Well, yeah, she's amazing on a ship.
Thank you.
I would imagine.
I myself have never sailed past a harbor area and, just boat parties for fun and whatnot. But I always thought it could be fun one day, maybe. You know?
Well, those ships look really pretty from here.
Growing up on the island, was I ever told to be aware of a gathering of male elves?
No.
Like never warned to stay away from.
No.
Is there anything I could roll to be
Yeah.
like, why would you have a boat with only men?
And why would you present?
Make a history check.
I can
Yeah.
think of a bunch of reasons off the top of my
Can
head.
I make a history check too?
Why?
For any stories of ships that were predominantly men and
Yes.
why they would have been?
That you can.
Ooh.
Damn.
Get it, son?
I'm got it. 19.
19?
10.
May-
You know, an
yeah,
entire life of reading has done me no good.
It's so much
I
knowledge,
only
it's hard to
read
recall.
fantasy
Yes.
novels.
I like that.
Yep.
Good.
It's,
Yeah.
knowledge starts mixing
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. I know too much. Heavy is the head.
Where's the knowledge?
Oh, I'm about to find out.
Nothing. No real like stories that you can remember off the top of your head of anything like that.
Old superstitions.
Old superstitions, but nothing that's like it's this or
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Cool.
Yeah.
So
I heard this story once that was all about this.
I would think that if there was some kind of knowledge out there, it would have to be very obscure.
Being of a bard and the type of man and the type of life you've lived, maybe they don't want a distraction.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable way Harold would consider it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just a man's man, wants to keep women separate.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm racking my brain for every ship story I know, and I
Maybe
can't think
he's
of
just
anything.
incredibly sexist.
The slight elvish accent.
Or
right
maybe
there,
some of them
was it
are
truly,
women
like,
and they just
slightly
don't look
elvish
like women.
Or slightly something else that sounds like
Slightly elvish.
elvish?
They could be disguised.
I'm like
I know.
fine-tooth combing through everything.
So what's the weirdest thing?
I know Rhea knows,
Yeah.
but legitimately, it just sounds like a little bit of elvish.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen the crew do? There, John.
Just I don't know, just the weird things and the way they communicate, the fact that there's like there's even the fairies. There's the ones that work on the ship seem to be they want to keep it more male. I don't know. It's
That's an odd
yeah.
thing to notice. Okay.
This
I'm
guy,
a little offended.
this guy armed.
I've never been on the ship.
Are
I'm
you
not
okay?
allowed.
Are you
No.
okay?
I just
Logan
Are you
is
having a
asking you.
stroke?
Oh,
If
this
he's-
guy-
if he has arms, you see a dagger on his belt,
no,
but no
that was me
a sword or anything.
realizing what is happening.
Okay.
No, I can't tell you because this is out of play knowledge that I know.
As you are having this conversation, you look up and all of a sudden there is a gilded wooden figurehead of a female elf with flowing hair that sticks out from the ship's prow, reaching forth with both hands. This one is unpainted, seemingly carved from a dark wood, but Harold, Voss, and Vinley all notice a tiny embossed spider on its forehead and a web lace styled necklace carved into the figurehead. As you rowed around to the side of the ship, a rope ladder, you all read the elegant filigree script on the bow of the ship, the eye catcher. And eye-catching it is, even when you were a mile back at the docks, but up close, it is almost sickening in all of its marvelous, radiant splendor.
So pretty.
I feel
This is
really
hands
out
down
of
the
place.
most beautifully crafted ship you have ever seen. Whether it is eye-catching or eyesore is just a matter of opinion. Vinley, you also notice a golden shimmer of something large rush by from underneath you. It moves too fast as it is too obscured and deep to discern anything about it.
Go ahead and make the roll I know you want to make.
Yes,
The
under
boat?
the boat.
Ooh, no thank you.
And go ahead and make the roll I know you want to make.
Yeah.
That's going to be history.
Oh, No, it's a 9.
Yeah. You
All dead.
you know that there's something there, but Vinley can't make the connection.
I know there's something
Yep.
about this.
I feel
Can I try?
really out of place.
That's an odd symbol to put on a masthead.
We didn't
Sure.
see it.
No, he
I
saw
saw
it.
it.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did?
absolutely.
Oh.
You and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
We just think it's pretty. Well, I think it's pretty. You're
All of the figureheads
intimidated.
women? All the figureheads are women, right?
Correct.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Something about the mast.
What about it? It
has spiders.
If there's no way I would
Spiders.
personally know this knowledge, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Like Black
Sure.
Widow.
She just told
There's-
me.
Yeah, because of knowledges and whatnot, it was.
She just told me about the spiders.
Mm-hmm.
As I
But
look.
It's 2.
that's
Okay.
2.
Alright.
Yep.
This place seems odd. I'd see if I
It's
could
definitely
figure this out.
odd. You definitely get that sense. But what you do know is that from what you've seen as far as the sailors go, they are sailors. They're acting like sailors. They know how to sail. They're handling rigging correctly. Like, there's nothing going on there.
From the captain's demeanor, none of this seemed off kilter. Didn't seem like we were being led into a trap. Okay. I
My brain
say nothing then. I just wait for us to depart the ship.
Yep.
No.
You guys
Okay.
need to stop that.
Goblin just.
You
got
guys have pulled up.
No.
No, I actually know what's
Doesn't
going
tell
on,
me.
but Foster just doesn't.
Both Katie and V have no idea what's happening. I'm here to buy
You
a
guys have
robot.
pulled up to the side of the ship with the rope ladder.
I get up first. I'd like to scope the situation out first.
I'll go second because this is technically my entourage.
Doesn't mean we go behind you.
I'm just saying. It would make sense for someone.
what do you
to
guys
go
do?
First. That's not me.
I
so-
climbed the rope ladder, like
Yeah.
I said. On
Okay, yep. All right. As you climb your way on board, you are greeted by 6 crewmen who greet you warmingly, although you notice their hands are readily on their weapons. Not drawn, but just ready for if anything happens. They tell you the captain is awaiting your arrival and that you are to be escorted to his cabin. Inside the myriad of wonders. Oh, inside is a myriad of wonders from across the Sword Coast, as well as a few maps and items you do not recognize. Thick, heavy, stylish purple drapes cover the large windows that look over the harbor. To one side is the central pillar rests a comfortable bed, its oak headboard carved to resemble a kraken. An elven woman can be seen covering herself in a playful embarrassment with the comforter. There you go. To the left is an oak dining table surrounded by 6 high back chairs that rest on the opposite side of the central pillar. Other furnishings include a glass-adorned cabinet containing shelves of books, a wooden trunk sealed with a padlock, and a small writing desk. And a construct. Thick construct made of brass. It has the aggressive T-shaped slit of a gladiatorial helm. Behind the feast table, drinking from a silver goblet, is a rugged man that catches you off guard, as he is only wearing a large, feather-plumed wide-brimmed hat, a crossing red bandolier with matching light brief high-knee boots, with a warm smile.
And he looks like this.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think you see both V and Harold like, all right.
And he's holding this
Silver goblet.
And as soon as you enter, he throws his arms. Lady Rio Miliana Gathala in the flesh, do I have the privilege and pleasure to meet one of the only Goliath nobles, well, I will say one of, as your mother as well, in all of Waterdeep? Do have a seat. Are we hungry? Thirsty? Please. I insist.
I could go for lobster.
Commodore sword.
Please. Call me Zardoz.
I am famished.
please have a seat. And your friends as well. Do introduce me to your friends.
Yes, absolutely. This is my... I don't know positions of things. Sorry, this is Katie trying to figure out what to call you guys.
Yeah.
This is Harold,
Her advisor.
my advisor. Vinley, my
Tutor.
tutor. Bill, my herald. And Seisha, my
Spiritual advisor.
spiritual advisor.
Hi, how's it going?
You're
how you
not
pay me first.
looking at
He just looks and goes, oh. So you're Seisha. I've heard about you.
What?
I had dinner with Gariel last night.
Oh, yeah. How? Oh, yeah.
You and Gary all pals?
We are now.
I like a Seisha giggle a little.
Harold pulls out a little book and
Wow.
writes that one down. Like,
Do you have maybe a robe or something? I feel very awkward.
why would you want to wear a robe?
Well, because I feel like we're invading his privacy.
Nonsense.
The man
And he
dresses
takes a
nice,
seat
clearly.
at the head of the
It's
table.
his boat. He can show his nipples if
Okay,
he wants
now
to.
that she's seated and like his junk
Is a little low.
Yeah.
she'll turn around and sit down.
Can we show
and he snaps, and you watch as
looks
We'll,
like?
we'll post it.
Oh no,
'Cause
this needs to be shown.
it needs to be shown immediately.
It is magnificent.
It's amazing. I need them to have the visual now.
Yeah, I think they needed to know.
Okay.
He looks like Sean Connery.
So I sit down.
I also sit.
and
I
you
sit
see
down
him
next
snap
to
his
him.
fingers, and you watch as the metal construct actually moves forward and reaches and picks over a wine carafe and begins pouring wine.
This construct is not the one we're looking for, obviously, right?
It definitely looks like it's wearing like a gladiatorial helm. It looks big, and like a armor has been constructed on top of it along with it. It does not have a filigree mustache, a Van Dyke. It doesn't. It's not wearing. It's not even wearing red.
Yeah, a lot of the clothes it's wearing seems to match clothes this guy has, correct? Like,
Yeah.
he's got the plumed
That-
hat, he's
and the
got
facial
red, he's
Red
got
feathers.
he's got
filigree.
a
Oh
similar
my God.
mustache to what we've been described, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want a slide of hand.
More-
give you
more
the
revelations.
doodad,
I can't say.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, why
Just
not?
in case I feel like
Does he have that same
Can I give you
twinge
the doodad?
of slight elvish accent?
Yes.
Oh God.
So you two are friends.
So slide
So
of
I rolled a 16 on sleight of hand. I'm giving my doodad discreetly over to Harold.
Okay.
Not my Harold, of course, just Harold.
and I'm going to slip it into the coat.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what we're doing now.
I don't know what else to call it. It is doodad.
Okay, got it. You hand over the doodad and okay. Vinley, you see his eyes go to it, but he doesn't say anything.
She asked you a
Oh,
question.
sorry. You were pointing. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm pointing.
what am I looking at? Yeah, I know.
Through the.
So you guys are friends.
Oh. We are now. We had a lovely dinner last night.
Oh, good.
Yes.
She's really nice.
She is lovely.
Yeah.
Very lovely.
Well, hopefully, you and V can be friends.
Yes.
No.
I do hope so.
As do I.
So, Lady Gathala,
Yes.
you are interested in purchasing, you or your family is interested in purchasing one of my nimblewrights?
I am. I just think they are
well,
so fun.
I am happy to tell you that I offer the lowest price on them.
Oh, do
I
you?
mean, honestly, it is a steal.
Really?
I am literally giving these away.
You're literally giving them away.
Yes, it can be yours for a simple 25,000 dragons.
Okay. That's understandable.
Yes, I know, trust me.
Now, before you go making
Constructs of this magnitude should be so much more. But I got them so... Yeah, at least 6 figures. But I acquired them from a man in Latan. And and I got them from a good deal, and I couldn't pass them along, I'm still getting a cut, I'm a businessman.
Naturally.
But you said something about a party.
It's just thinking about it, wasn't quite sure, but also I kind of was curious to see how these guys work, before committing, because...
It all depends on what you want. They come in various shapes and sizes.
Colors, what kinds of metal do they come in?
Oh, what kind of metal do you want?
Well, I was thinking, maybe,
Brass to go with the candlesticks.
Maybe wood to go with
brass
the
with, some pretty wood paneling, I really like the color red, and so I was hoping, because it's my family's colors,
Of
I just
course,
wanted
of
to kind
course.
of blend in,
I think I have just the one.
Yeah?
Yes. And he kind of oh.
Harold cringes so hard inside.
And the whole time, B's just trying to be interesting, but also what's he doing?
What the fuck is happening?
Is he casting?
Yeah.
And I've got it. The perfect one.
Okay.
You see him as he closes his eyes for a moment, and then opens them again. And as you wait, the door opens. And we're going to take a break.
Oh! This man's amazing.
Okay. All right. We'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes.
Oh my god.
This is my favorite character.
And we're back.
Oh my god. We're back. Okay. So,
That was the noise I
party
made.
started their adventure today at the Blackstaff Tower, where they got a scrying from Elena on the necklace of spent fireballs, where they saw an exchange of they saw the journey of the necklace from being made to an exchange of being bought to it being placed around a nimblewright and being used for the explosion, where they heard a pair of people talking from behind a closed door. From there, they took their information they gathered to the Seamaiden's Fair in the dock ward, where the dock ward was alive and bustling with all of the activities of the carnival of the 3 ships. 2 they aborted, talked to a man, and now are negotiating buying a nimblewright from Commodore Zardoz Zord himself upon the Eye Catcher, which is about a mile out from shore. So, as they were discussing this, Zardoz looked proud of you, looked over Lady Gathala, as she was the one that presented the opportunity of buying one, and he said he had just the one. And walking into the room is a mechanical being, taller than any other you've seen. Where most are around 6 foot, this one is pushing 7. Its curious and crafted bracers and greaves over its smaller frame and red wood embellishments enlarge its size. All metal worked into mimicking the rippling curves of muscles. Its head smooth as if bald, with a singular large glass eye sunk into its socket. As it walks forward, it flourishes a sword, spinning it around like a ceremonial guard display, ending with the blade tip up brought before its face. You notice how, now that it stands before you, that there are intricate groove lines carved into the armor, resembling that of the tattoos of a Goliath.
Okay.
I'm impressed.
I know.
It's very surprising that you had.
You just have this on hand. That's amazing. I would have thought it would have taken a while to acquire one.
I will say that although it has grooves and stuff like that that look like could be the tattoos of Goliath, it's not like this was specifically made to look
Oh yeah,
like
that's
Goliath.
why. That's why I was like,
He picked one that was larger. He picked one that was crafted to be muscly, and he picked one that had designs in it that could be mirroring that of a Goliath. So, but it is kind of weird that he had picked the perfect one.
Yeah.
Miss Cathella, if I may, as lovely as this one is, I'm certain that my lady would like to see all of the selection you have.
Ooh, yes, I'd love to see all the different ones, just for option's sake.
I see.
Although
there any
I
way
do
we
love
could-
this one, it's very beautiful.
Is there any way we could tour your selection?
Currently, no.
A shame.
I like to. You see, I'm very good at knowing my clientele.
I look at the woman on the bed and I'm like, you don't say.
He just winks at you.
Harold is in love with this man.
And I assure you that none other that I have is better than this one for you.
Oh, which one would be for me?
Station.
None of them,
Oh.
because I know you can't afford it, Paladin of Ogma.
Well, yeah, but it's just fun.
You're right, it is fun.
Oh, you can just humor her.
Probably one that looks like him.
As soon as
No!
we didn't mention that. Do I get the feeling that he knows who we are?
Gariel.
He had dinner
He
with
mentioned
Ariel
earlier that he
last
knew her.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have one that could fit your tastes. Yes.
What does it look like?
It's not as tall as this one.
Okay.
It's made of silver metal, almost white in
I was
pureness.
picturing.
So much so that not a gear shines through it, but unless you look closely, not a scratch upon it. It is as if it resembles the complete and utter innocence of pureness.
Oh, wow. Oh, he is good.
How long have you been in this business?
In the nimblewright business?
Yes.
About 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, remember he said he got a deal.
That's absolutely fair.
No, I'm just kidding. I've been in about a year.
About a year, huh?
Still, not very long.
Now, lady,
Yes.
as we are,
Oh my god, I hope the sound picked up for you guys at home. That was magnificent.
as we are,
As he just takes another sip of his.
as we are a famed noble house, obviously we would want to make sure that ours is the best by comparison.
Oh, that is very true. I would hate to find that someone else
Yes.
had one better than mine.
If you wouldn't mind us asking, what other noble houses or clans have you sold these to?
Now, that is interesting.
Why is that?
Well, I am happy to relay certain information. But you see, that doesn't come free.
Why does everybody want you to pay?
How's your father?
He's been stressed, but well.
You should make me a deception check.
Not really.
Well, it's not really.
Or
he
persuasion.
has been stressed.
He's always stressed.
You make a charisma check then.
Okay. That's just straight up charisma?
Well, you can choose one of them.
Persuasion or deception, your choice.
They're
I
the
mean, if
same,
you really want to try and
so-
intimidate him, you can.
Yeah.
No, I meant like my
Not in a position to do that.
Yeah.
14?
Okay.
We've been having some differences lately. so-
Congratulations, by the way.
Oh, you heard.
12 babies.
Oh.
Oh, now
That's my
that's
hope.
too soon, Seisha.
That's my hope.
She gets so excited whenever someone talks about it.
And he like holds his hand out.
Slowly, gently put mine in his.
You're not married yet. I'm just
What?
kidding.
Well, she's not.
I know.
You look past and you
Oh,
see the
wait.
woman that looks at you, then looks back at Zord and goes, and shakes her head like, yeah.
He looks back and just gives a little nod.
If you were wanting to share this information with one of the most well-known noble houses in Waterdeep, what would the price for something like that be?
Hunt down an escaped polar bear in the city.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
There's an escaped polar bear in the city? Oh, you're joking. You have to be.
No, I'm not.
Oh my god, there's an escaped polar bear in the city.
There is, yeah. One of our attractions got loose and is running around, and well, frankly, I'd like him found before the watch finds him and kills him.
Oh, the poor thing's probably so
Yes,
scared.
no. I love animals. I'd love to help
And
them.
I'll tell you what, if you cut the bullshit, I'll even throw in 250 gold.
Oh,
What bullshit?
I'm sorry?
If you bring it back in one piece.
Well, why would we kill the polar bear?
Wait, what are we bullshitting? I'm confused.
Of course it does.
he knows Gario.
All right, fine. So we go get your bear. We bring it back. You tell us who got the nimblewright that looks like you.
The brass one. With
Can
the
they
Van
change
Dyke
their
and
forms
the
like
filigree.
you can?
Insight?
What?
Sure, make it.
What?
What's with that?
They have round ears, but you speak as if you know
terrible. That's
Elvish
gonna
as a native
be
language. Do nimblewrights know how to change their form?
Sorry, the two people talking at once.
Yeah.
What now?
18.
18? Hard to read.
Okay. Nothing at all.
And no,
Okay.
they cannot change their form.
Okay. Then the question stands. Where's the one that looks like you?
At least that you know of. At least that's.
Oh no, I was asking.
Yeah.
Got it. You said, again, Dustin did not hear what
no.
Rhea said because
Yeah.
of talking. What did you say?
I said, do they know how to change their forms like you?
And
Finley?
he goes, I do not believe that, don't believe that it does. And it's at this moment, Voss, that something clicks. You seeing the elvish figurehead, you remember an encounter in the street. You've heard the name Zord before. You all have. But you specifically remember, Renere mentioned it. When a certain figure saved him.
Oh no, this is the guy he owes.
Oh shit.
Just walk right
Everyone
over
thinks
his
I'm engaged to him.
12 babies.
Confirmed it. I just confirmed it.
Sir, I think it would be best if we began your mission. Do you have an area where we could start?
The docks.
All right.
I imagine that's where we are docked, so I imagine that's where I would start.
Yes. Let's go there immediately now.
All right.
Do I know what a polar bear looks like?
I do.
Oh,
They're both.
roll a nature
Yeah,
check.
make a nature
Yeah, because
Bear.
welcome to a world where
Yeah.
they
I'm
don't
willing to
have the
bet I
internet.
know what a polar bear looks like.
It has to be a blue bear.
Make a nature check.
Oh god.
Blue because it's icy.
I know
It's
what a
white.
bear is.
11. Do you know what a polar bear looks like? Have you ever been up
Nature?
north where
Yeah.
polar bears
15.
live?
Yeah. You both
It's a big
are
white
able.
bear.
Big white
Or
bear.
I had,
Big white bear.
I had
Lives
an
in
animal
Arctic.
picture
They're
book
really
growing up.
kind of aggressive though.
Then it shouldn't be that hard to find it.
Let's go.
I don't know.
We should go.
Let's
Is
go
there-
now.
Wait, is there anything unusual about
Why
this
are we
polar
I-
bear? Or is it just a usual
I
polar bear?
drag you out. I'm leaving now, and I'm taking the rest of you with me.
You only got
As far as I know, it's
10
normal. I hope. Unless that guy swindled me.
Where can I get an outfit like yours? It's just, I would really like it.
It's like
I'll have
two
my
sh-
tailor contact you.
It's like 2 straps and a
You're
diaper.
welcome.
Thank you so much for everything. Bye.
In purple! In purple!
So I head out.
We'll be back with the bear.
In purple!
You hear, like, as you turn around, you hear, I like them. As the door closes.
I get immediately back on the boat, and I'm waving all of you immediately to follow me.
I
So
casually
are we
walk.
getting on a rowboat again?
Fine.
Yeah, the rowboat's still
John
there.
is still down
Yeah.
there?
No, I can't really be mad when I kind of manhandle you all the time. Get in the boat.
I will also get in the boat.
I'm in the boat.
So we did.
Venley, are you in the boat?
We
I
didn't get,
casually walk
need to
that
go
way.
back to the
Back
docks.
to the docks, but we'll probably be making use of your services perhaps later.
okay, cool.
Thank
Are
you.
you okay?
Thank you, John.
Wait until we're away.
John
Okay.
Dyer. I remember your name.
You seem angrier than usual.
Yeah.
Not angry.
Uncomfortable. He's not
sure?
angry. He's.
This is nervous of us.
As soon as we get out of the way of the boat, and I don't care if
Bill.
John's here because I know John's human.
Yeah.
That was a ship full of drow.
What?
The evil elf people?
What?
Wait, the people that were after.
Rainier, who we met.
No, who were protecting him?
I
They
met
were
two,
protecting Rainier.
I met two of them out on the lawn. They said they were helping to protect
Yeah.
Rainier, but this is the man he said he owed a favor to.
I thought they were supposed to be evil, not handsome and devilish.
I don't know. Maybe they can change their form, like you said, but
Great
Well,
fashion design.
Obviously, if they're drow, they're not
Maybe
Do I
tan-skinned
know
humans.
Maybe
any stories
Sword-
of non-evil drow?
Well spoken, too.
is it
Make a history check.
maybe he's just like a fake face for their company and that there's actually someone
19.
pulling
You
strings
know
behind
a
him?
very famous story about a drow named Dritzdorden, who was a ranger
Oh.
who
There
has
are good
saved
drow.
Faerun more times than one.
There are good drow.
I have no idea, but I do know if he decided he could have killed all of us.
Pretty famous.
He's pretty famous.
Shit.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
so running out of there
there's-
wasn't
Who
the
would stand
best
There's
plan.
good drow.
Well, what if we just go find his hair, bring it back, and then
Get
help
the
him
information
get
we
some
need.
information?
Yes.
And
Okay.
then stop
Also,
healing
if
from-
he's part of the group, so okay, he owes
I wonder if
Rainier
he's
owes him a
dressed-
favor, but he helped protect Rainier, right?
Look,
We could just go ask Ariel.
no.
No.
Find the man.
But he,
there.
do you think he really thinks I'm engaged to Rainier?
Who cares?
Because if we have a close relationship with Rainier and then he has something he wants with Rainier that could either go against us or for us.
Don't you think if a polar bear went running through this, someone would have noticed?
Maybe he went by a white wall with a paper plate, a glass of milk, and a
When you were there, now thinking, there was a big white animal in one of the cages.
But he said it escaped.
And he knows about it.
Okay, well let's go back
I'm
to
gonna
that
go
white
back to
animal.
where that cage was.
Okay.
Is it empty?
As you guys make your way back, yeah, that cage is empty.
How did he know that was empty? It had a bear in it. What if he intentionally let it out?
John said that they communicate.
Yeah, but what if he intentionally let it out?
The longer we question
Let's
these
just
things,
go find the bear.
Did anyone see the direction that bear went?
And then a whole bunch of people
Just
point
point.
towards the dock.
Head in that direction.
I will also remind you that when you guys walked in, he instantly knew V as if she was coming.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So there might
well,
be some.
she kind of stands out.
Yes.
Well, they did go. They did tell us he wants to meet you
Yeah,
directly,
like-
so he knew I was
yeah,
coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he talked to Gariel, so she probably told him literally everything about us.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. It was their pillow talk.
Okay, so
Ariel.
you
Yeah,
guys
my girlfriend is sleeping.
can try and track down this bear, and you can make an investigation or survival check.
We're going to do a group check, so
Okay.
everyone
Alright.
can roll. And
Oh,
then we're going to take the average of the roll.
Yep.
For investigation
So-
or survival.
Yep, investigation or survival, your choice.
I apologize, guys.
Same.
Whoa. No, it's not good.
Mine neither either.
Did you do okay?
I got an
Okay.
18.
Okay.
All right, so 18,
Oh. 12.
12, okay.
7.
13.
13,
6.
6.
Oh, gosh.
That was
All
not
right.
bad.
I'm raising the
not
bell
great
curve,
either.
guys. I'm raising that
It's
curve.
not 7.
All right, so
I got 100 on the test, so everyone's gonna get at least a 50.
you spend
I was just thinking that. I was like, you.
Curve
the-
on results.
Usually the curves they help me.
Okay. For the next hour, you're scouring the streets, and it just seems that wherever this thing has gone, it has caused pure chaos and panic or destruction, especially throughout the beginning of the fair, and people are pointing you in multiple different directions. You seem to be backtracking a lot, and that happens for the first hour.
Can I use Savard to be an eye on the sky kind
Sure.
of thing?
Yeah,
Like-
that will either.
Yeah.
that'll take one. Either are you going to try and?
No, I'm telling him if you see a giant white bear,
Okay.
come get me.
Got it.
Tell me where it went.
Then you can add to your group roll.
Okay.
So second hour, everybody can make a group roll again.
Let's see what he has for that.
You alright?
Yeah, I rolled one more than last.
That's good.
This is better.
All right.
16 and
9.
9. All right.
8.
8. All right.
16.
16.
And what do I add for Savart?
Yeah, stats.
Oh, do I use that?
Yes.
5.
There it is.
14.
12.
We're not observant.
I'm really preoccupied by the half-naked man I saw earlier.
Same.
Yeah.
So you continue on looking, trying to gain leads, find things, moving through, listening to the chaos and following the chaos. And it's just, you're end up going in circles at one point. You end up following the wrong directions and thinking, oh, I should have turned right there instead of left. And another hour has gone by.
I climb to the. Are we like
Do you
in
want
crowded
me
places?
to fly?
Yes. That
You
would
guys
be-
are wandering the dock ward right now,
Okay.
just throughout the dark ward.
Just a flying person going through the streets probably going to get someone's attention.
Okay.
I think a giant glowing woman
Yeah.
might attract a griffin.
So will a giant
Okay.
white bear.
So how have they not noticed?
I got an idea.
He did say before the watch finds
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
We don't have a lot of time.
I want to cast a minor illusion.
Okay.
You become a bear?
No. Oh, it's a sound or an image. It's not a smell. Never mind. I was gonna make an image. Oh well, maybe I can
Let's
use
get some action.
better one.
There we go.
No, I don't have major illusion.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So
I was going to cast something to make myself smell delicious.
You already do, though.
I can do that.
so next hour, you guys can make another survival or investigation.
I'm gonna say the decision. I want you to fly because we don't have a lot of time. It's a group decision if you want to or not, but I'm saying yes.
I mean, you can do it. We were just hired to get a bear before
me
the
your
watch
mask.
kills it.
No, I can't do that.
If the watch
angel
sees
is-
an angel floating through the air, they're going to be like, why are you floating? You're going to be like, we're looking for a bear. And they'll be like, that's the watch's business. And then they're going to kill that bear.
No, the owner asked us to find his bear.
Right. And he said
They're going to
specifically
kill
before
it.
the watch kills it.
Yeah.
And the watch is going to be
We're
like,
trying to find it and bring it back alive. That's not a crime.
it's not a crime, but the watch is still going to say, no,
No,
we
they're
got
not.
it.
It's not a matter of justice.
It's
It's
a
an
qu-
escaped bear.
It's a question of...
Just roll.
It's a question
Just look!
of people being safe. They're not going to let townspeople deal with a bear. I don't want to deal with a bear. I'm dealing with a bear so I can get my own nipple suit.
What?
Yeah, like,
Natural 20.
No doubt inspired by that speech.
That was amazing. I think we have our clip.
As he's going on this tirade, this rant, V yells at you, "Look, we have to look for it!" And it's that feeling in the movie where you're just like, it's behind me, isn't it?
I rolled a 12.
Oh, Harold! You found it!
Here's what we should do. Agitate it, and we'll run back towards the ship.
I turn slowly and look. Is the bear like...
Oh, it's
yeah.
right there.
Let's just knock it out.
I pull food out of my pouch.
All right, so what else? What is everybody else doing?
Who's got a fish?
I'm pulling weapons.
I fall dead. I just go dead waiting to hit the ground.
Oh, that makes sense.
Make a deception check. I get
Oh, you're gonna play dead.
Harold's terrified. It's just like turn and there's the muzzle. Okay, let me try to
on.
fucking trick this bear.
I immediately do the wrong
Hey,
thing.
it's a dirty 20.
The animal. Harold plays dead.
It nudges you and then paws at your body, and then it looks at the food. And what are you doing?
I have my wands out like.
Yeah, so
And I
you
said,
two are ready
we should
for.
just knock it out.
And I'm over here like, come here.
All right.
Come here.
You two can roll animal handling.
Yes.
I am weapons out.
Can I get advantage since I have food?
Fuck!
I mean, it is a bear
You
from a
cannot
carnival.
get attacked right now.
Yeah.
I'll count that as advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
It was on 20 and then it rolled to 2, so that's a 4.
And
Y'all both roll a 2.
3.
oh no.
Can I cast something from the
I am
ground?
large, and usually when you see a bear in the wild, you're supposed to make yourself as large as possible.
Even.
Uh-oh. You about to get
The
bear
big thing.
slapped.
The big thing, as you're like,
Come here.
I scare it, don't I?
and then,
Come here, little baby.
That's not what I sound like.
and
It is now.
it just like
Swats at
paws
you.
at you. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
14 to hit your armor class.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as it swings, you see it coming. You jump back a little bit.
Okay.
You said you wanted to cast a spell.
I do.
Yes.
I want to cast Phantasmal Force. I craft an illusion that takes root in the mind of the creature, and if it fails, it genuinely believes this thing is true. Can this thing fit in a 10-foot cube?
The polar bear.
Yes.
Yes.
I want the
large
polar bear to think that it's in a cage that only has like a slit to see out of, so it can't even reach through to get to anything.
Okay. Fair.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a charisma save. Wisdom
It's
save.
it's an int save. I'm sorry, it's an int save.
Intelligence save.
Ooh, that's strong.
I rolled a 5. So 1.
It believes 100% it is
Yeah.
in this cage. And it'll have a
just
bear-shaped
You
herald
actually
mask
see it
on
like
its face.
swiping at the air, and it's like moving and like just like moving in,
going on?
it's
What's
in
going
a
on?
Okay,
in a
so
square.
right now, from Herald from the ground. Okay, so right now, and I'm not getting up until I'm sure it's not going to eat me. It thinks it's in a cage.
Should we just knock it out?
Gotcha. I sheathe both my chains.
Can you do something to immobilize it?
I hand you rope. One side of the rope. Is there a way you can immobilize it?
No. I'm good at killing things.
Every
Okay.
time you
Don't
guys
kill it.
do anything that may make it think it's not in a cage, it may realize it's not in a cage.
We
Okay.
need to see if we can restrain and tie this thing up now, then.
Okay. I'm gonna approach it with the rope,
I will assist.
Hold on.
and
hold
I'm
on.
like,
Wait.
Don't push the rope against me.
Roll out of the way.
Well, how am I-
Move to the side. Start playing your accordion to distract it.
well, how am I supposed to tie it?
Guys, wait a minute. Let him distract it.
I scramble up from the ground.
You disengage.
Yeah.
It thinks it's in a cage.
And I will play it
A performance.
calming music. How did I end up playing Bard? Shit. Okay. Oh wow, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It doesn't seem to be swiping or trying to bang up against the cage anymore. It seems to kind of be focused on you and like listening. It doesn't. It's not like soothed, like oh everything's fine and okay,
Right.
but it's like I'm just it is distracted.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Can I put the rope around and snag like a leash? Is that what you want?
Try.
Okay, I'm
Try
gonna
it.
do that.
Like make
Animal
a loop?
handling,
Yes,
little
you can.
lasso loop.
Yeah, you can go
absolutely.
ahead.
I'm
Animal
also holding the
handling.
rope.
go
See
ahead.
How I do.
Assist.
If you would like to roll as well, if you're assisting her. Oh
Someone
man.
assist me.
Yeah, roll.
What are we doing?
Animal handling.
Animal
Someone
handling.
assist me, please.
I don't
Not
know what
bad,
I'm
that's
doing.
a 16.
16. Okay.
4.
You smacked yourself in the face with the end of the rope.
Wait.
With Voss's help, his deft maneuvers, he's quick with a rope. You're
Stop
able
poking it in the eye.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
you're able to hold its head
I try to
still with your
pet it.
strength, and as Harold distracts it, and you're able to guide it towards the ships.
Yes. Oh my god. Dun, 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 dun. Everyone, get the fuck out the way! As I'm like coming down the street.
I'll just run ahead and tell people to move.
Yep.
Please
As,
move. Please move. Polar bear coming through. Please move.
Pictures.
as you're making your way through, eventually you see a very familiar captain of the watch. He goes,
No, no, no.
is this yours?
Yes.
No, we got it. We got it. It's
Yes.
not ours, but we're returning it to the owner.
Okay. Just
Don't
make
worry
sure it's not killing
Look how
or...
docile
No,
it
no,
is.
No, we're good. We're good.
We're going to follow you just to make
No, that's
sure.
fine.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, we would love the support.
Okay.
And you see him and 4 men move behind him.
Cool.
Yep.
Now people are definitely getting out of the way.
Yep.
Yep.
You beat the watch.
And you successfully
Was it the next
job,
hour? It
guys.
was the
Return.
next hour, wasn't it? It was the
Yep.
next hour.
Roll your damn dice. As soon as we get it back in the cage and the guard has moved away, guys,
What?
Go team! That was totally teamwork!
Go team, go team, go team, go
Shit,
team.
yeah.
Boss, get in here!
Boss and B work together.
BFGs!
Don't remind me.
It's too late.
Um,
Also, I forgot. When I make a mage hand, I could have been 60 feet away while I just put the
But you know what?
thing on
It
the-
doesn't matter because we worked together.
Yeah, I'm
We
sorry,
worked
babe.
together and accomplished it.
We
Yeah,
did.
You'll do great.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just kill things.
Let's
I do.
let's
I can be
go
useful.
see John and talk to the
Zord,
Sword.
Commodore Zord.
What did he ask us to call him again?
Zardoz.
Zardoz. Let's go
Zat
see
Brannigan.
good old Zardoz.
Sounds like
That's
a
his
hard
first
on.
name.
Zat Brannigan's live for making
So
love
wait.
at a woman.
How did you know?
Their voices, they speak with an Elvish accent. I didn't know they were Drow. I just knew that they have 3 ships with elves on it and
And how did
speak
you
Elvish
know?
natively.
hunch.
Oh, so we're not positive they're drow.
I mean, it makes sense.
But I mean, the
Drow.
spiders all over
All
the
the
place.
purple, the
I
dark
don't know
wood.
anything about Drow.
They're usually
I just
not
know.
cool.
Usually,
That guy's
there are
hilarious.
exceptions.
So,
Nipple
One,
suit.
I think.
as you return
Funny.
the animal to its
At least
cage
he's honest.
aboard the Heartbreaker.
Yeah, Heartbreaker had the animals.
Yep. There's a man with brown, shaggy hair who gently hangs over a fine, worried face, piercing black eyes set well within their sockets that watch rapidly over the people. An old tattoo of a small lion is proudly worn on the left side of his neck, can be seen above the flowing yellow loose-fitted shirt.
I'm a Leo too.
So, told Zord that you returned his merchandise, and for that, he has information.
And,
Are we going back to his ship?
No,
Or- okay.
Oh.
unless you're willing to pay for that nimblewright now.
We wanted information
can we go it
first,
to our house?
right?
Information, yeah. No problem.
Okay. So, we sold one to the Belbranta family. Last time we made port here. Rich family known for breeding and training the Splendour's cavalry. Not sure why they would need a nimblewright. The other sold one to the Growlhunts around the same time. I think they make their money selling weaponry. A long line of family smiths that led to a lucrative business profile. I think they supply the guard and the watch. We're not sure where they live. They picked up the nimble right here. Also, because it came back in one piece, this is yours. He tosses a bag of coins.
I pick it up.
Yep.
I take it. How much is in it?
If you want to count it.
Yes.
Okay, you look over it next couple of minutes. It's 250.
Sweet.
25 platinum, actually.
Potions.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
For you guys.
You would do that? Aw.
I mean, I'd
I
kill
know.
for new spells.
We'll divvy up the money later. Thank you.
There's nothing else.
Do you have
So just 2
descrip-
families?
Yeah,
Can you describe the nimble rights that you sold to them?
I didn't make the sale.
Damn.
Well,
Alright.
that's a lead. 2 leads.
All right.
Money.
Say, Gabe,
And
should
money.
we
And
split
we
up?
came out
Sorry,
on
what
top
was your
on this
name?
one.
Agreed.
My name is Captain. Scroll back up.
It's a weird
Something or
name.
other. I do hope we meet Captain Zord again.
Commodore.
So, yeah,
There it is.
Commodore, you know what I mean.
Clar Besham. Unlike the other captain, he seems to be all serious and no funny business. The way he is conducting his men definitely seems to be a lot more strict.
I apologize. I didn't catch the name of the captain of the Hellraiser.
Tarwind.
Tarwind? Thank you. Okay.
Unless you're going to enjoy the festivities and pay us, get off my ship.
Aye, Captain.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have 2 leads based on what we saw.
Do I know either of these families?
You have definitely heard of these families. You know that the cavalry it is speaking of is the Griffins. They raise and breed and train these Griffins. And the other family does supply the watch and the guards.
Oh God, both of these are going to be very difficult.
Yeah, and they both have these nimblewrights. They're all in important locations.
So this could be an inside job?
I have a really bad feeling about the fact that they're all in important locations.
Well, if there's one thing I know about people in control and power is they're usually corrupt.
Am I just paranoid now?
No, this is a city.
It's just
That's
called
how it
being
is.
practical.
Okay.
Yeah.
During the scrying, did you notice any family sigils, anything like that? Alright.
Did
The
I?
only,
I don't think so.
the only thing I remember specifically was the attire of the person who took the item, and it was they had a ruffled collar, green leather gloves, a ruffled collar, and their jacket cuff had gold filigree on it.
Can I think of anyone
So
with
gold
like
and
that?
green.
Yeah,
Which noble house has gold and green?
In purple jacket, gold
purple
filigree,
jacket, gold
white.
filigree, white cuffs,
So
green leather,
purple,
gauntlet.
white, green,
Do
and
these
gold.
sound like family colors?
Do
Purple.
they sound like
Oh,
family
wait,
colors I
wait!
know?
I might know. I might know.
The noble might know.
She starts
I
flipping
might
through
know.
her notebook.
Do I know?
You can make a history check.
That sounds
Use a
like
different dice. To
the
to-
colors of one of the wards. Green and
cocked.
Cock,
orange,
yeah,
Cock,
it's
cock,
definitely cock.
cock.
I would definitely
blue
say
and
it's cock.
gold.
Okay.
Green and purple. Heraldry
11.
of the trade ward.
11.
11.
good.
Not yeah, but I mean yeah, you know that those colors of the area of the
They're
trade
the color
ward.
of the trade ward.
But
Okay, so which noble that would be the guard?
I would imagine it's the one selling stuff
Yeah,
to
the
the guards, not the
Smiths.
one
That would
training
make
the
sense.
griffins.
Well, let's start with them, I guess. Remind me the names again.
That would be Belbronte and Gralhans.
The Growlins were the ones selling
Growlins.
weapons.
So let's
Yes.
pick them first.
Agreed. Do we know where they are specifically?
Do we?
Yep, probably.
Wait, here.
Figure it out.
I pull out my handy dandy map that I have of the city. What looks like the nicest estate in the trade ward?
from that map,
Well, I have an actual city map that had the.
yeah, it's about that big.
Oh, you told me it was more detailed than.
Yeah, it's
Basically, I'm
the
looking
size
for
of
the
it.
nicest
It's
quality.
about that. That's
Oh,
more
well,
detailed than
I'm
that.
going to.
Pardon me.
Do they still even print Hollywood maps where celebrities live?
With the 11, no, you cannot recall the family.
Could I make that role, being someone who also worked with the Gathalas?
Sure.
In
And
any
what
case,
am I rolling?
History.
What is the honorable
The only
knight?
skill I'm ass at.
Of the walking statues.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
4.
Damn.
I just didn't really have an interest.
The
The
in knowing
Gathala
where
one.
everyone-
Of course,
yeah.
obviously.
That's
Hang on, let me
I
look.
never needed to know where they live.
Handy dandy. Let's see.
You know?
Shopping.
I thought it was us.
Glove shops, trades ward.
We still have the detector.
Watch has a heavy presence.
Oh, right. I've got that.
We. Why do you
Light
have
chandelier,
it?
lamplighters.
Purple jacket.
yes.
I turned it on.
Where you are right now.
We need to go to the trades ward.
Right, I'm just testing.
All right.
It was
Do
in case
nobles live?
something happened and we got split up and there who was able to be on the ship, and I just wanted to make sure that
No, I just
we'd have someone to be able to have the detector, and so I slipped it over to Harold at the lunch table.
Voss is internally a little annoyed he did not catch that.
Well, some
I.
of us can be surprising.
Do nobles live in the trades ward?
Usually no.
Then why are we going to the trades ward?
Because the colors that were on the jacket and gloves are the colors of the trades ward, and I would imagine that the
doesn't-
Smith family might live in the trades ward.
Maybe it was the
They
merchant.
probably don't live there, but I would imagine they probably have facilities there.
The other hand was thin and frail.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
the
dirty.
one from the trades ward was the merchant handing over money. We're collecting money?
It's still that moment.
And there is some
If we go into the noble house, we won't.
Why don't we go ask the private eye guy?
Do you think he'd really help us with that?
I mean,
I
mean,
It's
if we
literally
pay him.
his job.
yeah.
Here's the thing. Before you give out that sigh,
So relieved. Continue.
this is the Stone of Golor. The fewer people know about this, the better.
He is one of our neighbors, and he can be trusted.
We don't know that for certain.
We can just.
I'm gonna go ask him.
Let's
and
just
I
go
stomp
ask him.
off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Seisha. I'm tired of debating. I hate talking.
We can just ask him where the
Decisive
nobles
action,
live.
V. We're taking decisive action.
Let's go talk to those.
We need to build a relationship with this guy anyway. If he's as damn good at his job as he always is saying he is, that's a great feather to have in our cap. And if we can trust him, it'll be someone like the law that isn't the law.
Honestly, part of me just wants to trust him because Voss doesn't.
That's kind of a messed up reason.
I thought only you heard that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why
no.
I'm replying.
Y'all
Yeah,
are ahead
well,
of
you
us.
know what? Whatever.
All right. Head on that
Someday.
way.
Someday.
What are you
Give
doing?
me the detector. I'm
No.
going to the trades ward.
That
We can save more time, but
I
if
walked away.
if somebody jumps you, then we're fucked.
From where you are in the dock ward, you can make your way up through the trades ward on your way towards the alley if you wanted to do
We
that.
could do that.
Just give it to me for now, then.
I'll never see it again.
Okay. I hand it to you.
I take it.
we could
Keep it
just
close to the coast.
I never should have given it to you.
the private eye where these nobles live and tell him nothing else.
Yeah.
Or we can just ask him about the clothes, which is what I was gonna do.
I am
That's it,
lagging
let's
in
go
the
do
back. I'm lagging in the back. I have it turned on,
Okay.
waiting to see if anything registers as we pass through the trades ward.
All right. Are you guys going to walk all the way through, or are you going to take
I'm
a...
getting a carriage.
I'm walking. Because
All
it's
right.
not pertinent that I necessarily be there on time.
Except if we get the information and we want to move, now we have to wait for you.
Yep.
I mean, if you're in a carriage, you can make them stop, and you'll cover more ground quicker.
Okay, fine.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
I'm not there, so
Okay.
make your choice. But
So, how much time do you want to devote into navigating the trades ward? Do you just want to kind of go up through the center, hold it down the whole way, or do you want to kind of snake it?
I don't know this guy. What time is it?
It's getting kind of late.
The sun's set.
I want to snake it because this guy's shop may be closed, even if we got there fast.
Did we know if this is a silly question in a fantasy game? Can nimblewrights be turned off? Do we know that?
You have no idea.
That's something I should have asked because we don't know if
Nimblewright
it'll
they did
is
detect.
talk
in the
about
trades ward.
obscuring it, though.
They got the necklace from the trades ward.
They talked about obscuring the nimblewright.
Right. Okay. So they got the necklace from the trades ward.
Yes, and then gave it to the nimblewright, which is at their house. Going and looking through the trades ward isn't going to do anything
Unless
other
they
than
live
show
in
you
the trades
other
ward.
two noble houses live in the trades ward.
No, I'm sorry. Okay.
Why don't we just turn it on, take a straight trip? If we don't run into anything, we don't run into anything. We talk to the investigator.
Fine.
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
I got a carriage.
Sweet.
So we'll take a straight trip through the trades ward and try to save a little bit of time.
It'll take you about an hour and 15 going up, and it'll be a silver because you're going from the dock ward to the north ward. And
Got it.
it's not the nicest carriage. You feel every bump along the way, but hey, it could have been worse.
Yep.
You make your way back to the alley.
Holding the thing down the entire time, just watching it, waiting.
Not a single click, not a single twirl.
Nothing.
Doesn't budge. Even check it one time. You unscrew it to make sure the crystal's still glowing. It is.
Boss, why are you using that? They said they were gonna obscure the nimblewright
From
because we
Scrying.
could find it.
From
Scrying.
Scrying. They don't know we have this.
Yeah.
No
we
one
can't.
knows we have this.
I just assumed it had the same effect as a magical scry.
Well, then
Well-
it'll be the same reaction either way.
What Nim said was this comes from them.
Yeah.
It's not really divination.
I just
don't
assumed
think.
it was mimicking the spell.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
Alright.
guys
That's what
have
I-
no idea how this
Well-
thing works.
Nope.
No.
It looks more mechanic than magic.
Mhm. So you make your way back to the alley. There's a couple of people leaving your tavern, and as you make your way to the Tiger's Eye, it seems to be closed for the night. The sun has set. You guys have had a very long day today.
Yeah, you spent 3 hours searching for a polar bear. I mean, it's
Yeah.
actually relatively late. Now that you kind of realize that the adrenaline's been pumping, you've been moving and going, and you finally realize, wait a minute. As you get to this and realize that,
like
that
right
it's
next
closed,
to
you're
our
like,
house.
Let's go have dinner.
oh, what time is
guys.
it? Oh, it's
Let's go make
it's late.
dinner.
Let's just
Yes.
go to bed.
We haven't eaten yet. Let's eat something. Spend a little time together, and then we'll go to bed and get started first thing in the morning.
I didn't get a funnel cake.
Fuck.
What?
Wait. Maybe they can make funnel cakes in the kitchen.
Lord, if I make. I'm gonna talk to the chef and he'll maybe see. If
I could try.
Okay.
Your necklace is
Awful. Would you?
other way, other side. It's there. You
Or my
go.
actual necklace.
Okay, I'm gonna go try to make a funnel cake.
Okay. As you walk in, you all return back to a busy tavern, despite the hour.
Oh shit.
All being served fresh hot meals made by Javier and Aura, being served by Kara and Flynn. A few patrons gawk and murmur at the self-serving drinks from behind the bar, as others are mesmerized by the entrancing dance of Sky in the tower corner. The kids can be seen running around, bussing tables, along with their other duties. A few patrons seem to give the Black Ghost masked kids some strange looks, but seem to attribute it to the obscure niche atmosphere of the spirit of Trollskull.
That's fair.
Talking to a few patrons and shaking hands, making sure everything is satisfactory, is your golden rose-haired friend. He smiles as you walk in, announcing you.
Everyone, please, give a hearty welcome to the proprietors of the establishment. Not only have they given life back to this alley, they are protecting it too. For they are out seeking justice for the friends and loved ones we lost here on Founders Day.
With that, the tavern erupts into smiles and cheers, and you're all greeted with applause. A few come up to shake your hands and thank you, while others simply nod or raise a glass of respect in your direction. However, you do not see Salazar anywhere. After you make your greetings, Renera approaches you with an offer to speak privately in a quieter accompaniment upstairs.
Yes.
Yes, please.
As you all go upstairs, you find the house fully furbished and completed after the past week of painting, trimming, and becoming fully stocked with your beds, your drawers.
Alright.
Cool.
I'm gonna cry.
It's pretty amazing. Wow.
It's a crazy journey this place has had, from the disheveled look it once had to.
Why are you getting that out?
I'm not getting anything out.
We're about to.
Okay.
That's just on my table.
Here's a picture of Essex.
As you all move through to go upstairs, Javier stops you and goes,
I've refined a menu. I do not have it named, so in your free time, whenever you can. The ghost wants it to be attributed to the spirit of Trollskull. So, whenever you have time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Javier.
Renair, kind of as you come in, the door shuts. It's so good to see you're still safe.
Yeah, how are you doing?
The alley's been quiet.
We've met somebody.
We spoke with Commodore Zord earlier today.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right. Before we get into that, can I talk about Salazar?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't worry. He's safe. I had a priest from the hospice of St. Lospin, the Temple of Ilmatar, stop by to look after our lizardfolk friend. The temple has him now, and he is in good hands with adorned Vasper Holmberg.
Say the name of that temple again, please.
Hospice of St. Lospin.
Gotcha.
Temple of Ilmatar.
And he mentioned adorned title, name Vaspar Holmdrag.
Holmdrag.
Yep.
Thank
Yep.
you.
We are able to visit him anytime we want. However, they said it will most likely be a few days before he recovers. But for now, he is safe and in very good hands. I don't know if you're familiar with Ilmater, but religion if you want.
Nope.
13.
Okay. Ilmatar, the broken god, lords over endurance, suffering, martyrdom, and perseverance. His followers, known as the broken and the adorned, offer aid and relief and words of comfort to those in pain who are oppressed or otherwise in great need. They are the most commonly seen clergy in the field ward.
Which
I
is
will
why you
relate
recognize
that.
them.
Yeah.
That because you have seen them
Yeah.
tending to the needy. The crying god, there's more.
Oh, wait. I just remembered something else.
The crying god is part of the triad, also includes Tyr and Torm. His symbol is a pair of bound hands wrapped in red cord. Another common symbol is a pair of white hands painted across the boards of a torture rack. The adorned and broken are known for living lives of poverty, chastity, and pain.
Okay,
That's
and
why I
what was
don't
his
know
name
that.
again? I'm sorry.
Ilmater.
Ilmatar. So Ilmater.
Thank you.
Here.
Yeah, so then there's also this part.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Torture.
Yeah.
Not big on that.
So
You look through and you have a pair of red cord bound wrapped hands.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, just keep it up for good luck.
isn't that like the third one you've?
I pull out just an enormous
Yeah, nice.
amount.
The security guard's keyring is basically the
How
equipment.
is your neck so thin?
Lots of practice.
Fair. I'm
Renee.
not surprised. So, all right, what have you found about the construct? What led you to Zod?
It's a number of different things, unfortunately.
He sold them to the people who had them,
That's really it.
Yes.
to be succinct.
And he's selling them cheap, 25K per.
Oh, and he thinks you two are engaged.
Everyone thinks we're engaged. There's
It's the front that we're playing, so that's a good thing.
Yes, the front.
At what point does... Never mind.
Yeah, Seisha, it's a front.
First,
Oh.
let me.
No, that's not what I meant.
No, I'm rolling an insight on you.
No, it's headcanon for Seisha. I'm not even rolling.
Yeah, dirty 20. Are you actually disappointed?
No, I'm just relaying
Okay.
that, like, yeah, it's a front, obviously.
There's no rain.
Sure.
Yeah.
A little disappointment.
Okay.
You look over and he's, oh.
Damn.
Oh, my heart.
Don't play that. Don't play that game.
Imaginary heart rate.
First off, Renee, let me thank you for your continued help of our party as well as helping Salazar. Secondly, you're of noble stock, so our trail came to an end today. We're not exactly sure where two noble houses live. Have you ever heard of the Belbontes or the Growlhounds?
Yeah, one for griffins, the other for weapons.
We
It's
believe
also
Do you remember their house colors?
have we figured out what it was after yet? Do we have proof?
Yes.
Yeah, you know that stone?
That
we
you
have-
got kidnapped
Do we
for?
have proof it was the stone?
We had a vision that it was the stone.
Not a vision, it was, I think it was Scrying.
Well, scrying, yeah.
They were talking about they got the stone. And considering, I don't think there's many other
Have we looked into
stones.
Dalakar yet?
He's the guy that died, right?
Yes.
No, we hadn't gone down that route yet because we went and looked at the alley that I had mentioned with the. Anyways, we went to the alley and that took us to the House of Invention. Was it
Yes.
The Inventor's Temple.
Yeah. House of Inspired Hands.
Yes, Inspired Hands. So we went there and we found one of the nimblewrights, which is what the mechanical thing that was seen was. And that nimblewright gave us an item to find other nimblewrights, and we found one in the Mistress Temple, and then we found one in a temple.
It wasn't.
Well, no, it wasn't a temple, but it
was a
was.
And you spend the next 15,
Yes.
20, 30 minutes explaining
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
happened and went through.
The one thing I don't understand is all the ones in the city seem to be sentient, except for the ones under his control.
No, the only one is Nim.
There were two, because I did
The
hand
sign
I
language
did
got
sign language at the
Yeah.
Mr. one.
To us.
Yeah, it can communicate, but can't.
It was sentient, but not sapient.
Yeah.
In any case, do you know where we could find either of them?
Or do you know where we could find somebody who wears a purple jacket with gold filigree on the cuff, green gloves made of leather, and a white ruffly cuff?
Like 3/4 of Waterdeep?
Yep, that was going to be my answer too.
Well, that's just not helpful.
I mean, most of the North and Seaward?
So, my question: do you know where they are?
Maybe someone with a lot of money.
I don't know where they are, but honestly, before making a move on either of these families, I've always been, perhaps it's the harp in me, but I always want to know every piece of the puzzle. Why? Why is this, why Dalekar specific? Why did Dalekar have the stone? How did Dalekar get the stone, if that is indeed what it is?
I thought they.
I don't know, but
Dalakar's
And
the
more
gnome,
so-
right?
we need
if-
to. It's important to mention that all of these nimblewrights have been put in very important places throughout the city. If they're actually under someone else's command, and they're just biding time to get positioned, that could be really bad.
Dalakar's dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
That was the
Yes.
gnome,
Okay.
correct?
Yes.
He was the gnome. However, I have never found out where he was. I just know he was in the Southern Ward, but I never found out where he was.
You said he smelled like he'd gone through the sewer, right?
Yeah, he smelled like he had gone through the sewer.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
We're good.
Oh, I know.
No, it's not that. It's, but
Okay.
we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
We're good.
I thought there was a code.
But yeah,
Mm-mm.
there's a whole lot going on, and we only have little bitty pieces, and you need to remember to tell him about the thing I told you to.
Hold
About
on.
your dad.
Just
Oh yeah. My dad might be involved
In the disappearance of her fiance.
in the disappearance of Osvaldo.
her first fiance.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Very well who he is.
Oh no, I was just
But
reminding you as the
I
new
think
fiance.
that's information we should cover after this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
just didn't want to
Adventure.
forget. I wanted to make sure we told him because.
I have a question for you.
all right.
Ilya.
Right.
Yep, I know.
Yes.
The first stone, the one you were kidnapped for.
Yes.
Where did you get that?
It was in a locket.
Given to you by.
My father,
His
And-
father's the one who
hold
hid
on.
the stuff.
who
And the
who-
gnome was sent by who
my
to
father.
follow you?
That makes sense.
That's-
I mean, it's his father's hoard, right?
Okay. So the one place we haven't checked was the lead going through the sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Oh, the gold hoard.
Yeah. That was.
Gotcha.
it was
Well,
his
my
father's.
if I honestly, if I'm gonna stop you there. He probably went from the Southern Ward to here via the sewers.
Right.
Right.
Southern
have a
Ward
map.
via the sewers.
Okay, but that still doesn't tell you where he entered.
No, it doesn't, but it gives us an idea of the possible tracks.
True. I mean, it'll give you the entrances in the Southern Ward.
Right.
I mean, honestly, before you go charging into where you believe this is, I'd have all the answers first.
Right. No,
Because-
I'd really rather not go into the sewers blind.
I'm not talking about sewers.
He's talking
talking
about
I'm talking
gnomes.
about the noble families that you're
Oh.
going after.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you're going after noble families.
Wait, we're going after them?
No. I
That's
just
how
wanted
they'll
to-
perceive it.
No,
That's
I
how they're
just-
going to perceive it. If you start going and asking questions, Via Miliana can tell you how
I just need to hear their voices. I have a butterfly.
nobles that protect the city.
Are they? I mean, they're not reputed to be corrupt, I would imagine.
If one of these are
Yes.
corrupt
Yeah.
and has this nimblewright and is behind it, and you go asking questions, what do you think is going
Well,
to happen?
couldn't we just go tell them that we're concerned that the nimblewrights are in all of these important locations and that they need to be careful?
No.
What if they're not?
Or what if they are and that's the plan and it's their plan?
And now that
This
we
is why you
told
have
them
to.
that we know what their plan
I'm
is.
sorry, Sisha, but I'm actually surprised that you don't want to find all the information.
No,
before.
I do,
Okay.
but
Then I
I'm saying
misunderstood.
that I don't understand if these two families have good reputations and they're protectors of the city.
Welcome to Waterdeep, my dear.
The Gathalas have good reputations and
They
are
do.
considered protectors of the city through
Did they-
economic
And
means.
Seisha, this is why the Harpers exist. To root out corruption. Because it exists.
We need to follow all of our leads before we go knocking down on
Okay.
some noble's door.
Sure.
Very well.
And it may be a dead end, but then you know. So I
Oh.
don't know.
We need to go look for that guy who's missing half his face.
I
The guy I talked to, the one who was there during the explosion, the guy who lived.
Oh yeah.
Like I
Maybe
said,
his tattoo got blown off.
start in the Southern Ward or find someone who can find out information and start
why don't we
looking.
go ask the private eye to find him?
Well, we can tomorrow.
I think it's a good plan.
Thanks, Rainier.
The thing.
Sorry to give you more questions.
What thing?
Okay.
Well, I already told him.
Okay.
Is there something-
Oh, that's right, you did.
About
I'm
us
sorry.
all
I'm
know, but
tired.
That's
I'm
not
sorry.
really our
It is
concern
late.
right now.
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all are well. I'm glad you're safe.
So yeah, we met Zord.
How is he? Is he an ass?
He
He
was half
dresses
naked.
lovely.
He's
He was
pretty
half
funny.
naked. Yeah.
Put his nips out there.
Apparently
he normally
he's
dressed
very
like that?
busy with the ladies.
Does he normally dress like that?
I don't know. I've never actually talked to him yet.
Oh, and he probably knows
Oh.
who all of us
Yeah,
are?
he wants. He has constantly tried to get my attention. I refused. That's when they sent the people to save me,
Yeah.
which is why they were following me. So now I owe him a favor. He has not called up on that
We're
favor
pretty
yet.
sure he knows everything about all of us.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he's
he
hanging out with.
had dinner with Gary O.
Yeah.
And they're friends now.
That's the loosest lips ever.
All right.
But she would have gotten something out of him.
Would
I
she
got
have?
that.
Yes.
He seems a lot smarter than anyone we've ever
She
met.
would not have given information for free.
She may have thought she got something.
She's pretty smart.
I would definitely say she can match up to that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wouldn't. Gabrielle's not the kind of person to put herself in a position where she would be in trouble.
What time is it right now?
Probably close to midnight.
I'm gonna go to bed. Night.
Did you want me to try to make you a funnel? I'll make you one for breakfast.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm making you a breakfast funnel cake.
That's good.
I just. Who can
hey.
you trust?
Y'all get some rest. I'll go make sure that everything is okay downstairs.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How do
I'll
you
go down
know
there
who
for
to trust?
a couple hours.
How do I know who to trust?
If they're all going to bed now, I have
Everybody's
4 hours before.
Not everybody. It's finding those who are.
But how do you know?
You don't.
You
You
don't.
don't
the
say
trick
shit,
is-
you just don't.
The trick is you make the friends you make, and you put yourself out there, and sometimes you get your heart broken.
You hope for the best.
You prepare for the worst.
It's weird that they have a ship named Heartbreaker.
You know, there's a damn good reason why. I look around to make sure nobody else is in the room other than all of us, but yeah, my boss.
Make a perception check.
Oh, sure, why not? You know. Good lord, when you ask me to make a perception check in my own home, it's scary. It's a 9, so if somebody's coming to kill me, I have no idea.
Don't see anybody.
Okay, I'll say, well, look, there's a reason why Voss is nervous whenever he meets someone that is shady. It's not because it's like he's scared. It's because he knows it's smarter to always keep people on the outside until they're safe enough to be inside. You can still be polite. Trust me, this is my entire life, is just being polite and friendly
Excuse.
while I
Sorry.
while I make sure they're not assholes.
I was going to make the comparison, excuse it, but look at roses. They're beautiful. They smell wonderful. Go and grab one.
There are varieties that don't have thorns.
Exactly, just like there are people in the world who are kind, There are people in the world who have thorns, but do not look like they have thorns.
Most commonly, it's the one with thorns.
It seems like every time we talk about somebody, all I hear is you can't trust them.
Oh, come on. There's lots of people we can trust.
I mean, I trust people all the time.
We
Trust
He
Salazar.
said we can't trust our neighbors.
Well, Voss doesn't trust
None
anybody.
of y'all trust Garielle.
Well, that's because Garielle
Well, I mean,
is
that's
shady.
fair.
She hasn't given us any
She's
reason to
taking
trust
you-
her.
She hasn't given us any reason not to.
She
Yeah,
just
she
told
has.
everyone about every one of us.
She-
She just gave the information about.
No, we only know that she talked about me.
Seisha, may I have your map, please?
Which one?
The one,
Pretty
the one for the
sure.
city.
Yeah.
Zord saw through our bullshit, considering he literally said, "Cut
I
the
take it and I
bullshit."
leave the room.
Okay.
Meaning he knew who we all were. He
Yeah.
knew that y'all aren't my employees.
I don't think we really put on a really convincing act.
The fact of the matter is, your
The
friend
thing is though,
sleeping
he
with
got the information from Garielle. That's the important part.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how the fuck else could he know?
If she talked about you, who else was she talking about, Seisha?
Yeah, he already knew who you were.
Doesn't necessarily
said
mean
that.
she's bad. It just means
Well,
that you need.
because she was.
Here's the thing: there are friends you can trust with certain information, and there are friends you can have. You just can't trust them with certain information. I would not trust Garielle with certain information.
Oh no, I don't tell her certain things.
So you don't trust her completely.
I don't trust. I don't think I trust anyone completely anymore.
Welcome to being in Waterdeep.
Welcome to
trick-
being in the world.
Yeah.
The trick of the matter is that you have to put your heart on the line for certain people, because if you don't, then you end up embittered and alone.
Turn out like Voss.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm just kidding.
I'm not.
I'm
No.
not there.
But he realizes, he goes, oh, it's not fun when he's not in the room.
No.
He's not alone.
You'll end up like me, Seisha.
He's got me.
I was making a joke.
Oh.
I mean, Voss doesn't trust people because he knows he himself isn't trustworthy. He judges everyone just as harshly as he judges himself. It seems like.
Look, do you remember the first person who lied to you?
Yeah.
So do I. Everybody remembers that pain, the first time you put your trust in someone and they betrayed it. I mean, it's just a natural part of growing up. The problem is that some people, when they grow up, they feel that pain, they get embittered, and they use that pain against other people. And you have to know when people are looking to use that pain and when sometimes people just make mistakes.
Sometimes you look past it and you trust them anyways.
Sometimes.
Okay. Well, this is a riveting conversation, but I am going to bed now.
Good night.
Night.
Good night. Where did Voss go?
Gonna go lock up. For now. Leave.
I don't know. Look. Sometimes the thing that sucks the worst is putting your faith in the people you care about most only for them to fuck it up. Sometimes those same people warn you that that sort of thing's going to happen.
But that doesn't mean you turn your back on them.
It doesn't mean that. We're not turning our backs on each other. That's not happening. And even though I can be an untrustworthy little scum sometimes, when it comes to you guys, when it comes to you guys, you can trust me. If I'm lying, it's because I think it'll save you.
I don't want to be lied to. I'm sick of being lied to. I'm sick of it. Just tell me the truth. Give me the chance to be capable of handling something.
Okay. I completely agree. I think you
Convince Voss to.
should. I can't do that because none of us can convince Voss to. Voss has to convince Voss.
I know.
I
I know.
He just has to get over this hurdle, and we're getting him there. The polar bear was a good example of that.
I
We're
don't think
getting
we
him.
are.
We are. He's just.
We had a talk.
Look. Just because the dude hasn't lived in society for years, and this is your first time in it, it doesn't mean that you guys are always going to be this way, you know? A few months from now, I mean, we've known each other for what, a month and a half, maybe, at most.
Hey, what's your dream in life?
Oh, and I'm gonna go to bed.
Good night. My dream in life?
Yeah.
I'd never considered it.
Think about it. I want to know. That's the kind of things friends know. I mean, you don't have to tell me right now, but...
No, I can come up with something quick. My dream in life
For today.
I feel like Rapunzel's talking to Flemmer.
is... My dream in life is to no longer be under anybody's thumb and to see everyone I cherish flourish and to tell their stories. That's my dream.
It's a really good dream, Harold.
It is. Maybe one day. Until then, I want justice for all the people who make that dream impossible.
That's fair.
Not revenge, like I once wanted. Justice.
Okay.
What do you want?
I want to see the people I care about made whole.
What's tall?
So, what if that doesn't happen?
Then it doesn't happen.
I heard about a country once that when something breaks, like a pottery, they use gold to fill the cracks. You've heard this story.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite stories.
Have you seen pieces like that?
Yes.
I haven't seen them in person. I've only seen paintings of them.
I'll take you sometime. We'll go to like a museum or something I can show you.
Okay.
Okay? And when I think about that, I think about us. Sometimes you can't get those little pieces back. Sometimes something breaks and there's just something gone forever.
But they're still made whole. It's just the flaws are celebrated instead of being concealed.
Yeah, or they're filled in with something else, something good that they couldn't have had before.
Yeah.
You're that something else. You are the glue for this group in a lot of ways.
No, I think it's you.
I really think you're wrong. But that's the joy of it, right? Is it's that unspeakable something between all of us.
Yeah.
You know why Voss hasn't run and left and gone away yet and so readily came back when he tried? Because no matter what he says, he loves it.
I know. He does. I think he hates the fact that he likes us.
I think that's true too.
Because it forces him to question things about his life that he doesn't want to question.
I think everybody has things about their lives they don't want to question. Think hard enough, there's something you don't want the answer to.
I'll have to think about what that is. Because I can't think of anything I don't want answers to.
I can.
What?
I don't want to know what my parents are doing.
Do you know who they were?
Yeah,
Can I ask?
sure.
Who were your parents?
Con people. Like, partiers.
Yeah.
They just ate up the social life. They loved it. They loved being the attention of everybody, and they loved tricking people. They just lived for it. And I was their accomplice. And they used the fact that I was young and used the fact that I was cute to just kind of get what they wanted. And when all that sort of went away, so did they.
But then you met V.
Damn right. Then I met a lot of people. And then I kind of went out on my own and made good decisions and bad ones, and ended up here, happier than I've ever been.
In spite of everything, me too.
If there wasn't turmoil, it wouldn't be as special.
How can you recognize the great without the bad?
Damn right.
Yeah. All right,
Hills
well,
and valleys, hills and valleys.
we should figure out where Voss went.
I think that's more of a you thing. If I go there, he's going to convince me of something that's practical but a bad idea.
That's a good point. I wonder where he went.
Best of luck finding him.
Yeah.
You doing okay? You were real uncomfortable for a lot of that I could tell.
I'm okay. I am learning a lot today. But I'm okay.
You learned what a polar bear is.
Well, I knew what a polar bear was, but I
learned
saw
what a polar bear
the
is.
second near naked man that I've ever seen.
I gotta get one of those outfits. Anyway, I'll leave you to Voss. What?
Okay.
Don't act like you wouldn't dream about it as I go upstairs.
Alright, so before you do that, boss, where did you go and what are you doing?
I grabbed the map. I immediately left the door. I went down the stairs. I am fuming with anger right now.
Why?
Because he's boss.
Guys,
He's alone.
And I rush out. I look towards where the south ward is, exactly where Renier said the sewer entrances were.
The southern ward?
Southern ward.
Yep.
How far away is it?
That's at the there's North Ward, the top of Waterdeep, and then there's South Ward,
Southern Ward, which is
all the way back to where you were.
Here, it's here.
Don't care. Carriage to that place now.
Okay. You make your way down to the Southern Ward, and it's going to cost you another silver.
I take it.
Okay.
I begin. As soon as I get there, I begin searching for any clues, any indications, sewer entrances, everything like that. Any place this guy could have gone, and I mark it off on the map.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny. But you spend, if you want to mark all of the sewer entrances of the Southern Ward, you will not sleep tonight. And you will be exhausted tomorrow.
Then I don't sleep.
Okay. All right.
Guess who's getting locked in his
He's
room?
literally rolling around in bed being like, I think Voss is doing something stupid.
So you have in the Southern Ward all of the marked manhole covers, and as the sun is coming up, you finally finish marking what you think is all of them, which is all of them.
I go back.
Okay.
I know I'm not going to be able to sleep on the carriage ride back. I head back.
Cool. Another silver.
Yep.
And
You find Seisha asleep on the steps.
Oh no.
Why are you oh, because you're waiting for him to come back.
She went bar to bar looking for him throughout the North Ward.
how many hours did you spend?
All night.
Oh, so you're both exhausted.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great.
I wake
You're
up.
going to learn from your mistakes.
I went to bed early and I wake up very well rested and I come down and I almost trip over Seisha.
Oh no, I'm like the front steps.
Yeah,
of
the
a
front
tavern.
porch,
door.
not the
Oh,
back
from
steps.
porch.
Yeah, no.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. I don't even notice. I just come downstairs and I'm like, yes, I'm awake before her. I can make my own breakfast. I've been so
Make her roll a
hungry
check.
every morning.
And you're not proficient.
I'm not proficient. I'm not.
So you walk in.
Is our chef there in the morning?
He is.
He is.
I just go up to him and be like, hey, can you make me an omelet
Of a pulse.
with bacon
Mm-hmm.
and hotcakes?
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
And he makes it, and it's amazing.
And I eat it and I'm so happy. I'm like, I'm so happy.
If I come downstairs,
Don't, hey. Don't tell Seisha.
That should be the
I am-
motto of this game.
I'm the cook. Why?
Because she's gonna want to make me breakfast, and I know I've been making her feel bad because I don't want to eat her breakfast because it's like a 50-50 shot. You know.
I need to speak to her. Some people are not born with the talent. She knows how to cook now, but there's something's not there.
Oh my god, y'all are so mean. I hate all of you.
I'm sure with time she'll
That was
be
only judged
okay,
by the
but-
rolls.
I know.
I mean, I'm sure with time she'll be okay, but the thing is that, you know, it's like when you're learning something, I don't.
And also someone of your tastes. You've grown up eating fine food, so.
Thank you for understanding.
Javier!
Coming or he walks back in.
All right, well, I go back out and I have like a little mug of coffee, and I'm just like, I finally feel like my morning was successful for the first time in a while.
He does poke his head out and he goes, if we're having customers come in soon,
Oh,
should probably.
I didn't know we opened that early. This is Katie out of character. I didn't know we opened that early.
Yeah, you're open all day.
Oh shit. All right, just kidding. I go upstairs. All right, thanks.
You're fine. Lady Seisha. She's asleep on the porch.
What? Okay, I go outside.
You see me coming up, map in hand. I look at Seisha. I kick her away,
What the fuck?
and I storm back into the bar.
What have you done now, boss?
I don't answer you.
Boss is home?
Yeah. I didn't even know he left. I didn't even know you.
I go to the front of the bar, lay out the map, and I say, we need to meet in 5 now. We're ready to prepare for the day. And I go up, and if you're not up and you're not up, I bang on your door to get you out.
Elf, of course I'm up.
Okay.
I'm not up.
I bang on your door to
What
get
do you
out.
want? Ow!
Up in 5 now.
I'm sorry.
What, up in 5 or now? You can't tell me both.
Now!
Okay.
Do you talk
Harold
to
comes
Gimli
down
like
in
that?
his boxers.
No, but I do bang on your door.
I open it like,
We need to go now. We need to meet now. I spent all night clearing sewer entrances, so we'll have more time to be able to check it out tonight.
doesn't
Wait,
Seisha
you
have a map
what?
to the sewers?
And that accomplished what exactly?
That was why I was up all night trying to find you, because you were trying to get information we already had?
We have a sewer map.
This way, we can determine now
Boss,
exactly
you
where.
asshole!
Does nobody understand we have a knife to our fucking throats?
Yeah, I do, which is why I went and got the information weeks ago.
Then why are we discussing funnel cakes and good times and everything like that? We could die at any fucking moment.
Because we're alive right now and we should enjoy it while we're alive!
Excuse me, can I take this upstairs?
Yeah, we got it, Javier.
Fine.
Not everything has to be gloom and doom all the time.
I'm sorry. Harold,
I'm in my box.
who is attacking us? Who's coming for us?
A lot of people.
A lot of people. One of them with a reputation called the Rose.
Right.
Why are we not spending every waking hour fighting for our lives then?
Because we're too busy fighting each other! And I stomp off upstairs.
I'm gonna follow her up.
I'm up there already. I left when Javier asked us to leave.
None of you really.
I'm sitting my boxers upstairs.
Taking a note from the.
I have my accordion with. Yeah, 100%. Trying to get that big dick energy going for me. Okay. 100%. I need some of that in my life. What have I been doing with these big long
All you had to do
coats?
was ask. I mean,
Oh,
I could have given you all.
Oh no! Hey! Don't tempt me with a good time.
I'm still downstairs because I don't know what to do, and I'm just like, I don't really know what you set out to accomplish, but you did a great job. And I just go upstairs.
Fine. Fine.
Do we have like strong tape to get the hairs? No.
We
Right.
could
Do you have no shirt on?
use.
Yeah, I am literally
Just
my
wearing
boxers.
Oh. I mean, we could use a torch and burn it off.
Yeah, let's go find one. Is Voss coming up or is he?
Who knows?
He seemed. I could hear him yelling. And he seems upset.
Boss is always upset.
Did we steal something from him?
No,
Did we push something over that belonged to him?
no.
Oh, let's just wait and see what he says.
No. Let him come up here and explain it to the group.
You're gonna be waiting a while because I left with the map and went to the south ward.
Right now,
Yep.
you came from the South Ward.
Got everybody? Nobody wanted to come? I'm going back.
Okay.
We're all literally waiting for you in the place you told us to meet you.
Is that right?
He told us to meet downstairs.
And then
Yeah.
Javier
No,
he
told
said
us to go
everybody
upstairs.
In 5. He didn't say where.
Where the map was, clearly.
And then Javier told you to go upstairs.
And then
I'm
I
just-
left to go upstairs. And then everyone else left to
Okay,
go upstairs.
Javier went to
Yeah, it's when
Yeah.
you guys started arguing. He was like,
My
"This
fault.
upstairs."
my fault. I take the map, I go upstairs, lay it out. Where
I
to
pull
begin?
out the sewer map and lay it out.
Great, where do we begin?
You tell me.
I marked this one based on easy access and being somewhat covert.
Great, let's go there now.
No. I think we need to have a little chat first. You running off and disappearing all night and making people worry about you has got to stop, Voss.
Oh, no. Let's also maybe tack on the way you communicate with people. I'm sorry, you're just gonna barge in and yell at everyone to follow you? Guess what? You're not our captain. We don't have to listen to anything you have to say. So maybe you should treat us with a little fucking respect.
Okay, everybody is very upset. Why don't we all just try to understand why you did any of that? Look, if I spent every hour of my life worried about all the people that wanted to be dead, I'd have never met any of you people because so many people want me dead just from the songs I sing about them. Look, the fact of the matter is that we're going to be targets for a long time because we've made a lot of powerful enemies. But we're still small time enough that they're not sitting there just in their smoking jackets giggling to themselves, today's the day they die. They don't care that much. They don't. That much having been said, I also understand the urgency of I don't want to die and I don't want to see my friends die.
Like, we get that you're scared, but like, Jesus Christ, ring it in a little bit.
Yes. I'm scared. I'm terrified. Because every waking moment of every waking second that we've come to this city, there's been a knife against our throats, and everyone doesn't seem to care.
You seemed fine all day yesterday. What was the snapping point where you suddenly realized we were all gonna die tonight?
We could have made so much more efficient use of our time. We could have gone that night.
And exhaust ourselves so we would have no energy
Do
during
you
the
not
day?
realize that the longer we wait, the farther the stone gets from us?
We all agreed to the plan. You agreed to the plan.
I mean, if you want to run out and like just drop dead of exhaustion eventually because you refuse to allow yourself to relax and stop for 5 seconds, be my guest.
I just thought we'd all agree.
Please don't. Please. Boss. Look at me. Please. I was so scared last night. I was so worried about you. I went to every bar in the North Ward trying to find you. I haven't slept but maybe 15 minutes. Because you just vanished without a word. And like you said, there are people trying to kill us. That's why I'm angry. That's why I'm upset. Because I spent all night wondering if you had walked outside and been ripped off the street by somebody. And if we were going to get your head as a message or something.
I don't understand how any of you can be joyous in this situation. And I don't feel like you're taking it seriously because none of you have lived every waking second with a knife against your throat.
Finley stands up. I'm sorry, but you don't know anything about any of us except for Seisha. I was run off my home island for something that they didn't even think. They thought I did, but I didn't even do. So if you want to scuttle around like a simple sewer rat, instead of, I don't know, enjoying the time you have with the people that actually, at this point, somewhat like you, be our guest. But I'm tired of talking in circles. We've had this conversation 4 times now with you, and you still run off by yourself. You still do reckless things. I did that for almost 150 years. I've almost died so many times, Voss. I've died longer, like I've come closer to dying than you've probably come in any of your life. And I've lived double your lifetime, if not triple. Do not presume to know anything about us. Do not presume anything about us, frankly. We are trying to make each other's lives better. And for me, y'all have. But I'm tired of having this conversation. We discussed the plan, we enacted it, we succeeded, we got information. You went off without talking to anyone, acted of your own volition, tired yourself out to the point where you're useless today, and got information we already had. So,
It's like
There we
Harold
go.
and I were talking about last night. You have to have a mix of good and bad to recognize each other. If you don't have any good, you won't know when it's bad, and if you don't have any bad, you won't know when it's good. There has to be both.
I'm not gonna stop telling jokes. I hope the last thing I say is a joke to the guy who kills me.
I would rather be dead than not have a sense of humor, though.
But, boss, you have to remember it's not just you now. You're not alone. Whether you like that or not, you're not alone.
Push back, stand up. Do whatever you want to do. I'll be downstairs when you're ready to go. And this will be the last thing I say. This, what we have, won't last. And then I leave.
Well, no shit.
I am losing faith in that guy.
I never had any.
you need to rest, Seisha.
You have to rest, Stacia.
We've got stuff to do.
We do, but
No, she's right. We've got stuff to do. She can't rest.
I made my choice. It's all right. I'll be quiet and let you guys handle the important stuff. It's okay. I'll nap in the carriage.
that's a good idea.
Oh man.
What's our list of things to do today?
We need to talk to Guy the Tiger's Eye.
Tiger's Eye, okay.
I guess I'll have to put on a shirt and pants.
You should probably do that.
Please?
How about this?
What? Don't act like you don't like what you see.
Isn't talking to the Tiger's Eye, that's something two people can do and come back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Finley, you and I will go. Give them time to maybe a little rest or something. And you put some clothes on. Maybe eat some breakfast.
I was like, don't laugh, damn it.
I was gonna make you a funnel cake. Can I do that later?
You can do it for me tomorrow. I'm actually not very hungry this morning. All the emotions. I'm just kind of.
I understand. Yeah.
Got rid of my appetite. All right, let's go, Finley.
And to be clear, we're going for the noble houses. We shouldn't mention anything
No,
about
you
the
were
stuff.
gonna ask about where the noble houses were, and then ask. Oh wait, no, because we found out that anybody could wear that. Yeah.
Also,
ask about the
faceless
noble
guy.
houses.
Faceless guy.
Yeah, the half
And
face.
faceless guy.
I didn't get his
Didn't get one.
name because I'm an idiot.
None
It's
of us
fine.
have his name.
Like,
Okay.
he's the survivor from the explosion.
He's the one
He's
survivor
only
from the
one.
explosion without half of
All
his
right,
face.
let's go talk to
Trench coat.
Oh,
the detectives, I guess.
Hold up. I
You
know
do
his
remember,
name. Trench.
Harold. You do remember. He got out before.
Right.
He got out right before you. The guards and everything
I'll
closed
explain
in.
that to everybody. Like,
Yeah.
that guy got away, didn't get questioned. The only thing I will say though, Blast Wind and
Short one?
Blast Wind and
Which-
Bromley.
which one is Blast Wind? Blast Wind's the one you play. Yeah, that's the one. That's the name he remembers. So Blast Wind and
Bromley.
Cromley, they're looking for that guy too. So if you see those two around and just
Tell them I'm dying to talk to them.
Where did Boss go again?
Just left.
He's
He
Yeah,
just left.
downstairs.
Okay, well,
He said he was
I
going
do want to say,
downstairs.
you know, for a guy that claims he wants to live, he sure as hell has a death wish.
He's
He's lost.
trying to survive. He doesn't want to live. He wants to survive, and there's a difference.
Well, that sounds shitty.
It is. He's still learning
why he should want to live. He's had a really
Well,
bad life.
unfortunately, that's not my job. All right, let's go talk to these guys.
Okay.
Where are you guys going?
We're going to the, I keep wanting to call him Sherlock. That's not his name.
Private
It's
Eye.
Vincent.
The Private Eye, Vincent Trent.
Guy Noir.
I'm gonna stop in real fast. I'll be right back.
Oh.
I walk into the bar.
Okay.
Find boss.
Yep.
Fuck.
Oh, I thought that you left.
Oh no.
He left.
said
He
he's
left
waiting
upstairs.
downstairs.
Oh, I thought he left the building.
No.
Well,
Okay.
What is the plan?
V and I are gonna go talk to Trench next door. I believe you should rest. Seisha is going to rest as well. And I want you to know, boss, what I said up there wasn't meant as a jab or anything like that. I just wanted you to know that none of you know anything about us. So it's improper to assume that we've had anything other than the same experiences as you, because it's still a possibility.
You know what, Vinley? For you, you're right. I apologize to you. I know very little about you, other than the fact that you carry a very similar air. I don't know what happened in your life, and it was wrong of me to presume that. But if you know what it's like to be chased all your life, if you know what it's like to wake up every morning with a knife against your throat, and if not me, I don't care who's in charge. I just want us to live.
That's understandable. But realize I've had time to work through everything that's happened to me.
Well, I've only been alive 33 years, not 200. I've only had Lift's life to work through. Right?
Then listen to advice from someone a little wiser than you. If you live in the sewers, you're gonna get nothing but shit. Understand?
That's where I've lived all my life.
Then change it. I did.
Full of shit.
You're not there.
I changed
Maybe I
it.
am.
I found people that genuinely care about me for what I think. And I embrace it. I tried to push it off, but they're very persistent.
I appreciate this, I really do.
But heed my
you
advice.
have to see this.
I do, and I'm scared. I'm petrified. But you know what I'm not going to let that do? Win, boss. I don't like losing. If I show weakness for even a second to anyone, I lose. And you should know that. You have base survival instincts. You show weakness, you're dead. You barging out of the captain's quarters was weak. You going off by yourself, weakening yourself even further, was weak. We need to stay strong. And numbers survive. Think of lions. Lions stay in prides. There's a leader, yes, but they work together. They don't do shit by themselves. I don't know of many solitary animals that actually survive.
No, it's interesting. I think this is the longest conversation we've ever had.
I believe so. Aside from the first one. The first family meeting, as Seisha would put it. I don't hate you, boss.
No, I don't hate you. But for the very least, I promise I will try to rest. If you keep them focused. They have a tendency to wander off places. They're like cats.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to be a cat. You really do.
I'm done saving him.
Sometimes you have to blow off steam where you get bogged down and want to die.
So it's basically the same as you've been playing.
But think of it like that. Like, Harold tells jokes to work through pain. Seisha reads a book. That's why she was reading all day yesterday. We're all scaring her. And that's the point you missed when you got drunk and attacked Harold. Seisha's afraid of you. She's not openly afraid of you. You're not ever going to harm her. She's afraid for you. I'm not afraid of you. I don't think V is afraid of you.
I'm not trying to make any of you
No.
afraid of me.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Just, we're all very afraid, and we're all dealing with it in different ways. So, take that into account next time. V is a lot smarter than she sounds a lot of the time. I know, crazy, right? She's actually very wise. She's made me realize things about myself that I've never realized in 240 years.
So you say. I will take your counsel under advisement. In the meantime, in case you need it, I give you 10 platinum. I did not divide that out yet.
Nope, you haven't.
Well, with that south mouth, you ain't getting me.
Thank you.
Use that for today.
I will. Just
I don't know how to be. I don't know how to be in this whatever the hell it is. This is
friendship, group. Think of it more base. We're a pride. We stick together. Anyone hurts one of our cubs, i.e. one of the other three, they'll get their throats ripped out. They don't have to know that. They don't have to see it. But it will happen. No one touches our family. And then I'll leave.
It's a really weird way of looking at it, but I'll think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, come downstairs. Alright, Vinley, you ready?
Yeah. Let's go talk to Trench.
Let's go.
There's a weird fascination with dames?
What?
I don't know. Every time he sees one of us, he says, that's a pretty dame.
Trench?
Yeah, Vince. So,
I think I'll do it this time.
I hope so.
Who all is going to trenches?
Me and
Just the
Vinley.
two of them.
Okay.
The dames.
Where are you?
I am.
Getting
Putting
dressed.
his clothes on.
No, he's sitting upstairs on his bed crying.
Oh, my heart.
That is what Harold is doing.
Is Earl helping?
Earl is fishing out underwear.
There is a large flagon of ale before you.
Oh. Leaf is. Wait.
In front of us.
Oh, okay.
She's like, how did he leave the bar?
I was about to freak out.
How did he leaf it?
Hey!
Thank you,
Okay.
Leaf, but I think I need something to help me sleep.
That's another one.
I am too bedazzled by this. I drink them both. I go upstairs, and I don't know if there's time for this, but do I hear Harold sobbing?
He is
No,
he
it
is
isn't.
nowhere near where you sleep.
I'm going upstairs. I do, however, because of what Benley mentioned, I knock on Harold's door.
What? I'm getting dressed.
I'm sorry I hit you.
Oh, it's you.
I never said it.
Oh, hold on. I'm getting the door.
Yeah.
And I'll open the door. And Harold is dressed.
I never said it. I shouldn't have done it. It was wrong.
Didn't bother me. I was talking a lot of shit. I was trying to get on your nerves.
Well, you succeeded.
I'm pretty good at that.
I see why everyone wants to keep this. I don't see a future in it for me.
I feel like you're self-sabotaging, dude. It's like you do see it, and you just now, because you didn't see it before, you just don't want it to happen, and you're really fighting it. It's like your old life and your new life are warring against each other, and you can't decide which one you like more, the one that you understand or the one you're learning. And learning things is hard. You start in something. I remember the first day I picked up drums, and I was terrified of the stupid fucking things. It was the last instrument I learned. I'd already learned so many, and I didn't want to learn another one. And
are you really comparing my life to learning drums?
Just shut up for a second and let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay.
And I was scared, and I worked, and I fought. I didn't get it for a long time, and I told myself that I'm just not a drum guy. Okay, I'm never gonna get it. I'm never gonna understand, and I did eventually because I kept trying, and I told myself that little voice in the back of my head was stupid, and there's nothing I can't do. I got myself this far. I can learn a fucking drum. You got yourself this far. Start learning how to people. Start learning how to have a family. Start learning how to love yourself. Start figuring out everything you had before was the training to get you to this point. And you have to decide, what do you really want? To be the scary guy on the ship again? Or to be the guy that I'm willing to die for? Which one is it? You don't know, we don't know. You gotta fucking figure it out. This hurts. It hurts. It fucking sucks. I'm not upset because I look stupid every time I say that you're changing and that you're figuring things out. I'm upset because I believed it. And I was wrong. So you need to sit down and think long and hard about which life you want. Because I know the life everyone else wants. And they want it with you. I want a life with you. Part of this bar is my friend. I want that. I don't care that you hit me. I don't give a fuck if you hit me. It'd be worth it if you just look around. Because you fucking hurt my feelings. Now, if you please would leave me alone. I just need some time.
All right. As I turn to go, I pull a dagger out of my boot. I took this from a man I almost killed that night I hit you. I took it because I wanted it, and because I was stronger than him. Hand it to you.
I'll take it.
I don't deserve this, but I'll try to live up to it. You've all given me far more chances than I deserve.
I think there's only one person left to convince that you're a part of this team, or maybe me. I really think it's you. You say you want to live up to it, man, prove it. Prove it. Show me. Show me. Because I believe in you. Believe in you the way I do. Okay? Put yourself in my pink, purple, tight-ass pants for 1 second and think about the way I think about things. I don't say all this shit just to make you guys laugh. It's because I can't imagine a life without you guys now. That's never happening anymore. You're a captain. You understand. I'm going down with this ship.
Harold, I'm sorry your life was so shitty that you think this is better. That you're gonna fight for me, of all people. I promise, from this point forward, I'll try to make it better. God, what a fucked up existence you had. And we both had.
Harold's gonna hug him.
I let you.
And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. And pick up next week after a very emotional and serious day.
I'm gonna go home and
Can
have
we-
a good cry.
Can we all take a moment and like deeply apologize to our sound people?
Yeah, sorry everybody wearing headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
sorry,
to remain
everyone wearing
silent
headphones.
on an how to play level.
Sorry, I saw something. Sorry, I forgot Lex. I'm so sorry we woke up your mom.
Yeah.
I'm too mad. I'm sorry to everyone.
What?
No,
Yeah, it was
when
so
we
loud
were
on people's
yelling at each
headphones.
other.
People could hear it in the other rooms of their houses,
Okay.
and they were like, "You woke up people in my house."
But we
All right.
Tell
apologize
them to
for
watch
that.
D4 before this.
Yeah, what are they doing? Sleeping.
Yeah, if they subscribe,
Right,
we
yeah.
won't scream as much.
And I think that the saying is really pertinent for this episode. And that is, be excellent to each other.
And may you always roll with advantage.
See you at Gen Con.